up, internet land? What up? What's up, fellas?
Good family.
What's going on, man?
Should we waiting on the gorilla?
Dirty
Nah,
Gorilla.
we can share. We can start sharing the show out.
Yeah, man.
Bear with us, internet land. We waiting
Man.
on Gorilla Man.
Yeah, he be wiping the jizz in a napkin. He'll be with us in a second. We had a few young ladies that we were also waiting on. But Quasi scared them off because they only pretend they like married men, but they really faked them out. He need his wife to inbox him like, Shirley, this is Barbara. Then they'll come on the show.
Let's see.
So while y'all here, those out there, like the video, thumbs up, share it, get out there because y'all gonna enjoy this one.
Yeah, this one gonna be cool. I was really trying to let Quasi reach out to everybody because I don't like nobody. But real,
Who's in the building? Drop a little something in the comments. Who's all in the building right now? Don't be scared.
G unit. All right, so I'm inboxing them because I'm pretty sure Quasi did inbox them, but girls are slow. I don't understand, man. I don't understand how you get a 24-hour precursor to be somewhere at 6 o'clock and then you start getting ready at 5:58. Like I'm still putting on my eyelashes. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to that. Shout out to
Kachi.
What's up, Kachi? What's up, T-Rock?
we got Ty in the building. Ty P in the building. That sound like an R&B name too. Ty P. That sound like an R&B name. Can you sing, Ty?
Yeah, he can sing. Singing, rapping ass dude. DJ.
What up, Kevin?
Yeah, well, my brothers, y'all made y'all my audio gem. What up, Kev?
We had some things for y'all, but they getting their hair did. What's up, Yarmo? Let's see, is that big pigment? Yeah.
I'm here. Are we live?
Yeah, we in there. We in there like swimwear. I hit up I forgot who all we were supposed to be having. But I hit up three out of four. Oh, I don't Star not my Facebook friend no more, so I ain't hit up Star, but I hit up Chanel Faye.
Let me see. I hit start.
Yeah. So we'll get
they got
the
link. They got the link, so they just
yeah,
No, what's the title? Crazy. Do we have a title to the show?
we don't need no title, man. The show already started. But here's the thing. What I want the ladies to do, because they all are self-professed pick-me's. And we've been looking at all these shows with what's her name? Vivica Fox and all these bitter, battered, bruised 60-year-old women. You know what I'm saying? Talking about they outlook on life and men and all that. Let's turn that fucking Caribbean Queen shit off, man.
Now you hear that EPMD? Get shot.
I told him I was going for the EPMD.
That's for the EPMD. That's for the EPMD bucket. That's for the EPMD bucket. Oh man, gentlemen, what's up, man?
Man,
What up?
man.
Chilling, bro. Chilling. What's to it?
Georgie.
Huh?
And so you ain't go with the George. The George.
No, man. Hey, I was at the barber, man, and he started fading it on me. I said, "No, man." But it was too late. It was too late. Too late.
Nah, he messed up the George swag.
All right,
Yeah,
so
man.
Hey, man,
All right, let's
monkey
get this
section.
started, man. We got Big Pimpin' Pete in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Big Pimpin', baby.
And you know we got Romeo over there, Love Alchemist, the man with the master plan, in the building.
all right, that shit is dope. Okay.
And we got Dirty from the Shy over there, Dirty folks. The Tyler Rogers.
I see. I need my.
Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. No soap. No soap. Dirty folks.
And last but not least, the fly bow tie guy on the scene from straight out of Naptown. Had to throw Vine up there. All right, y'all. This show, it's an open mic about Canyon Samuels, whether, you know, is he problematic or is he legendary? And I got some questions tonight. Let's see the poisonous.
I say go. I'll call him the go.
Rich Ross. What's up, Rich?
Rich Ross.
We got Rich Ross, poisonous. Okay. Yerma, what's up? What's up, brother?
Damn, he went straight to it, didn't he? He said the poisonous Kevin Samuels. Damn. No
What's
holds
up, Kevin?
barred.
Kevin, what's up, brother? Ty, in this bitch. That's what's up.
Rich Ross coming this bitch looking for smoke.
Kachi, shalom.
Then he come in looking for smoke.
He chose violence right away.
But that was my first question. I got some questions tonight. That was my first question. And
Let's get it.
Yeah, the first question is Kevin Samuels. I mean, was he a legend or was he problematic? I would throw the first one to Pete. Pete want to go first.
Hey, I say legendary GOAT. You know, I think legendary GOAT, man. He has, I think, great messenger and a great leader to a particular group of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think for everyone, but for the message, yeah, definitely for everyone, especially men. We got the timer. That's what's up. So he was necessary. I honestly put him and Trump in the same category as, and when I put him in the same category, I mean as a sign of needed change. You know,
You ain't got to use a hole for a minute though if you don't need to.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna use it though.
You ain't got to.
That's why you just want to show me the watch. All right, my nigga. I see. Nigga flies, motherfucking.
No, I'm trying to get my 1986 LL Cool J.
Right.
Right, because the fisherman had I thought about it, I said, yo, this is what LL rocked and I'm bad. I was like, yo, I need to get my lips right. So I can lick my lips all show. You know what I'm saying?
So I'll just say to go, I think he was necessary. Like the way I placed Trump, you know, Trump was a sign to everybody like, yo, we got to make a change, right? I think Trump was trying to turn black people into white, which they're already halfway there as far as how they do shit, but not all the way there as being Americans. He's trying to say, look, you ain't black no more, you're American. Let's move a different way now. Kevin Samuels, same thing. I think modern women, especially in the black women community, trying to take on this modern ideal that doesn't fit for them. You know what I'm saying? They're not, and it was just causing strife. It's always been said since the 80s, since they started calling, you know, broads hoes and tricks, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. That's the beginning of the manosphere, because they were seeing real time shit. They were seeing their mamas on drugs. They were seeing their aunties selling pussy. They were seeing how these chicks were setting dudes up. So they were seeing it for real. But people try to ban it, because they were saying it's offensive. Progress, R&B, all of that shit. But Kevin Samuels, to me, was the one that came in and was like, yo, y'all out of order. Like, look what's happening. We got all these babies out of wedlock. All he really was saying, look, you're going to have children, be married, build a family so you can change the structure. And we all know everything that's happening starts with the family base. So I think he was putting it out there, telling women, hey, look, your demands are unreasonable. That shit ain't fucking don't exist. And even if it does, are you to get it? Oh, I want this millionaire man that's all of this, but I got 4 baby daddies and 6 kids, and I'm living in the projects. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it was just like a lot of unreal shit that had to be untangled. And and that was just pretty much it. So I'd say GOAT, legendary, really changed the scale. Even the fucking social media, the podcast platform. I mean, dude, as a black man, you know what I'm saying, was damn near like what's the dude that do the MMA?
Where the clock at?
With MMA sports.
The clock at, Quasi. You fucking up the clock.
Yeah, your clock is up there.
It's there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's there.
All right.
Yeah, one job, nigga. One job.
So what is what's the dude name? He had the controversy on Spotify.
Joe Rogan.
Right.
Yeah,
Kind of
Joe.
like, you know what I'm saying, that popularity. Like, I don't know who else, other people been heard of, but who else had like as big of a platform and influence on media shares, all of that shit. So, GOAT status, legendary. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Do you want me to address these questions popping up crazy?
No.
Slow down, pimp. Slow down, pimp. The bitches ain't on here yet. You ain't got the Mac yet.
Time out. We time you up. Hey, go ahead, Vaughn. Speak your piece, Vaughn.
You talking about I need love.
Right.
I was sitting in
Nah,
my room.
You know what? That's not my part though. You know what I'm saying? It's who do you love when they say, how you doing, miss? My name is L. I'm from Queens. That shit was so hard to me for some reason. That was arrogant as fuck. Like,
But that wasn't that song.
I know Who Do You Love with
Who do you
Total.
love? Yeah, who do you love? Yeah.
That was my shit. That was arrogant as fuck. That was some Oak Summers type shit. Like, how you doing, miss? My name is L. That's like me going to the girls like, what? Bitch, I'm Oak. Like, are you serious? I'm Oak. The arrogance of it. That shout out to Chapstick because of the arrogance.
Mm-hmm. Shalom, sister.
What's up, sister?
What up, sis?
Kevin Samuels was telling broke men / overweight men to step their game up. Also, he was telling overweight women who's uncooperative, unpleasant, who had unrealistic expectations to find an average man or have the high potential to die alone. Most people can't handle the truth about themselves. All right, we can address that question after we finish the first one. Vaughn, I'll go to you. Was he legendary or was he problematic?
I'm in line with more of what Rich Ross was saying. I think he was both. I think he was legendary, not just to weak, effeminate men, though. I think that's maybe overstating it a little bit, but men who were already on their purpose, already focused, and already really operating at a pretty high level. Those men didn't need Kevin Samuels, so he wouldn't be legendary to those men. He wouldn't be the GOAT to those men. But I fully agree that he was a problem to the health and longevity of Black relationships, in the sense that his perspective and his ideology, I think, was a little off balance. And like just from things as simple as spanking women, talking about that domestic discipline, I think that's silly.
A word? He said,
Yeah.
Oh,
Some.
And then the other part, like
Uh-huh.
one time, there was this one sister who was talking about something to the effect that of a man touching her child, and he was saying that you believe the man first rather than believing your child. I think that's backwards. I think you always protect the child first. You always operate in the best interest of the child first, and then let the issue get resolved before you proceed with the So I think that was up a little bit lopsided, or very lopsided. And just different things ideologically speaking, but to the point that Kevin just made down at the bottom, how he was telling, what do you say? He told broke men and overweight men to step their game up. He had a list of things for men to do. He was saying that, and he was really a walking contradiction, because the same things that some of the things that he was telling men to do, like, don't be out here just sleeping with women that you don't intend to move forward with and progress with and marry with. Ironically, that's the type of woman that he died with. So, telling men to step their game up and move in a certain way when he wasn't really moving that way. Just a contradiction in that sense. What else did he say? Also, he was telling overweight women who were uncooperative and unpleasant, who had unrealistic expectations to find an average man. Yeah, he was on point with that. So just like I said, a little bit of both, man. He legendary in the way that he revolutionized the social media thing, man. He was a whiz at that. I mean, the way he blew up in such a short time frame, that was something to pattern. If you want to blow up, I guess you could pattern what he did. But outside of that, yeah, I think that's about it. A little bit of both. Oh, I got one more. I got a minute left. Let me finish this part too. I think we got to start normalizing getting advice from people who are successful in the area that we're looking to be successful in. So, if I want to learn how to shoot 3-pointers, I go to Steph Curry. If I want to learn how to play in the paint, I go to Shaq. I don't go to Shaq if I want to learn how to shoot free throws or 3-pointers. That's not his game. I don't go to Steph Curry if I want to master the job down in the paint. Kevin Samuels he had a consistency of failure in intimate relationships with women. So in my mind, he was the last person that we should be going to if we're looking to pattern some sort of healthy relationship with a woman, because he showed, if anything, he showed as far as intimate relationships with a woman goes, that he didn't have that. He didn't master that. So he offered some theories that maybe to a lot of men it might sound good, but to those of us who are operating in a healthy relationship, functioning in a healthy, holistic, balanced type of harmony in our relationship, he wasn't that. So we got to normalize getting relationship advice from people who are actually successful in relationship. That's it.
All right, Dirty. It's on you.
Trash, nigga. That buzz is horrible.
That buzz is.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell that shit was? I thought
That's the basketball game. That's the basketball game buzzer. You know what I'm saying?
You got that.
that's the evacuation.
Nah, nigga, that's the AOL dial-up buzzer, man.
Right. I thought I was about to run out of my crib. I thought it was evacuation buzzer.
Man.
It's
Get
on
that
you,
buzzer.
Dirty. Was he legendary or problematic?
He was a wave. I mean, I don't necessarily think he's problematic, and I don't. He's not my legend. He's not my GOAT. I mean, honestly, like, and I've said this several times before. Kevin Samuels sounded like me at 17 years old. So, if I want to revisit my history, like what I was thinking when I was a junior in high school, then I mean, Kevin Samuels is cool. But honestly, I see him more as a bridge, right? Because there was a lot of other content creators out here doing it before him and after him, but he caught the wave. He was the man that found the moment. The thing I don't understand is why y'all Tyler apologists and Tyler's don't like him, because he was really a relationship coach. I mean, mostly what he was trying to do, like people say he was trying to mess up. And I'm going off of what you guys just said in this thread, because I never listened to Kevin Samuels' show. But y'all talking about he trying to break up the traditional family. Do y'all realize that marriage is going down 10% every decade since 1950? That is projected to be 2% by 2030. That all these chicks that swear to God they got 2 marriage proposals in their 20s, now they 40s talking about fuck niggas. It was already going down. Women don't like you. For the guys, for the ones that saying that men are somehow talking about doing violence to women because KS died, I don't endorse violence, but I don't condemn violence. I understand. It's about time y'all found out who y'all fucking ops are. These Tylers have been doing treacherous shit since the 1970s when y'all was latchkey kids and had to raise your fucking self, and everybody's still defending them. It's at some point y'all got to stop saying it's white supremacy, it's absentee dads, it's the community, it's these motherfucking toxic. Y'all blame so much shit on white supremacy that's really toxic women, but y'all can't blame a woman. So if those guys have finally said, you know what, they shitted on us every time our heroes did something. Every time Robert Smith paid for boys to college tuition, they said fuck him because he got a white wife. Every time Kobe, who did great things, he was doing more for women's sports than these dyke ass lesbians do. And when he died, they said, but his wife wasn't black though. Fuck Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Every time I personally step out here and I talk about boys programs and boys housing and this nigga turn that shit off. And all type of shit. Anytime I say something pro man, these chicks say, "What about the women?" and shut it down. When Obama had the Big Brother program, they said, "What about the women?" Shut it down. Every goddamn time, men are. You always say men need to step up, but once a motherfucker give a man a stepping stone, these toddlers fuck you up and then blame white supremacy. So if they finally know who they ops are, congratulations. I'm not endorsing violence, but god damn, it's about time. Um, the I will say this though. For Kevin Samuels to be a topic, that means he has some sort of influence. And influence is a type of power. Influence ain't power, but influence is a type of power. So if what I've noticed about colors is y'all really don't want shit but pussy. That's all y'all really want anyway. You know what I'm saying? When when y'all look at who leaders were, if I talk about Frederick Douglass or Marcus Garvey or even to a lesser extent Martin Luther King, y'all leaders gave y'all tangible shit like jobs, fair housing acts, union jobs. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stop being the last hire, first fire. Then y'all got Malcolm X. He just wanted y'all to be proud to be black. And now you got Kevin Samuels just saying, man, you need to learn how to be a high value man so you can trick on a fat bitch. And she need not to be that fat. The bar just gets so low, man. So low. So shit, nigga. Welcome to the Dirty Folks Podcast. That's how I feel about that.
Quasi, you on mute?
Crazy ain't on mute.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
just
you
waiting
on
for the
mute.
time to go out.
Oh.
yeah. Anybody else got anything to say there before we go to the next question? Or
Last person, motherfucker. Listen, hey, I do got something to say
Yeah.
real quick. So Faye said she can't make it. She got caught up on a conference call, and Chanel, she in the comments, but she's scared of everybody on the panel. So everybody tell Chanel that y'all not gonna attack her if she come on the panel.
Come on in, Chanel. Come on in. You with family. You with family. Come on in, sis. I think Heru Ogun, he said he held the mirror up to the delusions of both men and women. I agree with that 100%. Like I said, man, nothing is all good, nothing is all bad, right? I mean, you can find good in any situation, and you can find bad in any situation. It's really a matter of what you're looking for. And so, to that point that Heru just made, I think he held up. I think he did hold the mirror up to the delusion. But one of the things he also did was, like they used to say, Trump emboldened the racist. Remember how they were saying that? Trump made the race, he emboldened the racist. One thing that
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels did was that he emboldened mediocre ass men. And it wasn't him necessarily. I won't say that he necessarily did it, but the things that he said, there were a lot of mediocre ass men in the background, talking as if they deserved or that they should be entitled to a higher kind of quality or caliber of woman. And meanwhile, a lot of these dudes, man, it was really just a way for a lot of these incels to come out and vent their frustrations. When in reality, they even with or without Kevin Samuels, they really don't. They really, many of them, I won't say all, of course, but many of them wouldn't stand a chance anyway with high quality women. And they just use this time. Even if you watch Kevin Samuels show live and you look at the comments, there was a lot of angry energy in them comments, man. And a lot of these dudes just hated women, and he was the vehicle that they used to express that outrage.
Hold on, Vaughn. Can I say something real quick? Real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
I know that incel energy. It is what it is. Rick Ross is giving me real incel energy too. First of all, you like a woman, nigga. How did you get any of that shit from what I said? I came on and said I didn't even really listen to Kevin Samuels. He sounded like me as a kid, so I didn't follow the content. Then I said yo, I don't endorse violence, but I endorse men knowing who their enemy are. How the fuck did you get that I'm with women getting beat? I mean, just because I be the bitch, don't mean that I want every man to be the bitch. Look, you are tripping, my nigga. You man, you take a look into the crowd, pick a style, and go, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas is nuts, man. I swear to God, nigga. God bless you, my nigga. Stay for the show, man. Keep on putting these pussy fat comments up. Or join the show. We'll put the link up in a minute. Or leave. I don't give a shit. But I'll tell you this. Don't twist my words, my nigga. I use my words very deliberately. Don't twist my fucking words, man. Except when I say bitch. Because I need to stop saying bitch. I should say
Go ahead, Brian. You want to continue, Brian?
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah,
address the
finish.
comment
Let
Ty
Mark
Perkins
finish.
made up top. He said Kevin Samuels is basically saying be like you, not us. So why you disagree so hard? It's not that I disagree so hard. The question was what it was, and so I responded. And I highlighted the things that I did appreciate about Kevin Samuels. I did a show about it last night, and hell, the first half hour of my show was talking about the things that I actually did like. So it wasn't all bad, and I don't disagree so hard, but there are some fundamental disagreements, some ideological disagreements that I have with him. And then at the bottom, Hey Rue says the incels came out, but telling average women that they aren't better than average men is necessary. I agree with that. I agree with that completely. And I also say the incels, yeah, he said the incels did come out. So yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, I want to correct a few things. First of all, the two things you had said that high value man didn't seek him, but someone who goes alongside him who's actually protecting his interests and his estate, Dennis Sperling. He's a high value. You want to check him out. He was married, has 3 boys. The way he raises them is very good. And he thanked Kevin Samuels because he said he was just making money, traveling, doing what he was doing. And he came onto Kevin Samuels' page, and that's how he met his wife. Beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying? So to say that high value men are not seeking him, that's wrong. I think that's just disingenuous. The second thing is legacy, right? We said that he was with some random, but that's also news right there, right? Because he didn't just meet that woman; he known that woman for a while, and his intent was to marry her. Dennis Sperling spoke on that as well. So being that is his close friend, if you go on Dennis Sperling's page, you'll see he have a video him gifting Kevin Samuels and thanking him for him meeting his wife. So I think just thinking that he was just this mascot for incel men or below average men is disingenuous and is false. And all followings, just like Trump, right? Me and you, all of us are, more so a Trump supporter per se, right? But there are rednecks, incels that are out there with only 3 teeth in their mouth. That's wilding. Like you're gonna have a spectrum of people. So to make it seem like all he was a spear or a mascot for the incels is wrong. Then talking about they were the only ones going ham, man. These women were sending death threats. Women were talking about they were doing voodoo on him and putting roots on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and then they're talking about good riddance. Somebody in here said, like, good riddance, he's dead, and then that's it. Like, yo, damn, no respect for the dead. Like, he didn't do nothing to harm anything. He just said shit that you didn't like. And that's it. So it's showing that how bad these women are going in. I mean, they're going in.
these niggas so
They're spitting on his grave. So hold on. So they're spitting on his grave. They're doing the same thing. So I think to just make it seem like it's just the incels are having issues, no. And then they're just average men, but even average men is great men. Me and Oak had this discussion. First of all, unless you just did some astronomical shit, we all probably average men to a degree, right? But average men make this world fucking run. Think from the moment you get up and go to where you got to go, the house you live in was built by men. All the water, the sewage, the electricity, all that is ran and built because of men. The moment you get in the car itself was built by men. the road, the streets, the lights, the store, the inventory, the truckers that bring it in, all men. So without men, if you remove men, all of infrastructure will fucking deplete and go the fuck away. And these are average men. You don't know their names, but you know the roads that they built. You don't know their names, but you enjoy the house that they built. You don't know who they are, but you enjoy when you go to Kroger or Walmart that the inventory is there. So this whole idea of this bottom pit of men, you know, it's like you take the bottom 20% of men, then compare it to the top 20, saying men don't deserve high level women. And what is a high level woman anyway? I don't know. Anyway, but that's my thing. Go ahead, you got it, Oak or Vaughn, whoever.
Let me just respond to the couple of things that he said to me. If you don't mind, just give me about 20 seconds. I didn't say that high value men don't seek him. What I said was that men who are already functioning on a high level and particularly already operating in a healthy relationship didn't seek him. That's what I said.
Why would they? They're already in a relationship.
And my statement was my statement. So I'm saying that I
But
was
no,
just laying out.
okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna kind of go side on this. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just lay two more things out. And then I didn't say that he was just a mascot for the incels. What I said was his platform did embolden the incels that they were more worthy than they really were, or more entitled than they really were. And then the last thing I would say, average men are not great.
I was going to ask you this. Was that no? Hold on, I was just going to get clarity. Was that men or men and women?
Well, when we talk about incels, that's just an acronym or it's short for involuntarily celibate, and women aren't typically involuntarily celibate, not on the level that men are. So incels typically just applies to men, men who just can't get none without spending $40 or whatever, buying a prostitute.
Shout out to two tacos.
And then the last part I want to make was that average men are not great. Average men are average. There's categories for a reason. You have average, you have below average, you have above average, and then you have great. If everybody was great, then there would be no need for the different categories, right? So great, average, the average man is right there in the middle with everybody else, with the overwhelming majority. But greatness is a category in and unto itself. So great men are the ones who lead, who actually are the architects for the different things that you laid out, whether it's the building the stores, the bridges, the roads, etc. And then the average men are the one who actually put the work into doing the plans, to fulfilling the plans of the great men. So I yield to that.
Which I say is they're great, because that's still greatness. Like your body of work is your greatness. Just what is it scaled against? We think Jordan is great because he was a great basketball player and won 6 chips, but his work was just for entertainment. The guy that the men that put together the highways and expressways, you know what I'm saying? You don't need Jordan to function. That's just a soother. But you do need that road you get on, that car you drive, that house. That to me is greater than Michael Jordan. But you would say Jordan was great because what? He won games. I mean, shit. You could call me great because I won some games in the schoolyard. You know, so I think I don't mind saying that men are average or people are average and then taking away that they're not great. That's asinine. That's like, come on, like, but men are great because without them, this world would not fucking function. It won't be shit. And one of the things Kevin Samuel did a lot, he compared a TV show where it was men and women on an island, and he said within a day, them bitches was fighting, almost died 5 times. Within a week, men built some shit, had order, had everything structured, and was about to like take it to another level. So this shows you what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, average men and any men out there, yo, you're great. You're great in the work that you do. Yeah, it might not get focused on like a Michael Jordan because it doesn't have the popularity. But shit, every day you get out there and you put that grind in and your work helps society in one way or the other, man, you're being great. You know,
I think Kevin Samuels would disagree with you. That's the reason.
I think Kevin Samuels would disagree with him too, and I think that's my problem I have with Kevin Samuels. I believe all men are awesome. You know, I always talk about that
Facts.
on a daily basis. Man,
Yep.
I don't think every man is great, but I think every man is awesome in their own way. I believe that men do something every day that they don't have to do just out of basic courtesy and consideration. Um, I think that men have the ability and the capability to do great things if they have a
Agree with
great
that.
leader. I don't believe that black
There you
men
go.
have a great leader because they follow women. But if they ever learn how to follow men instead of saying I ain't got to listen to no man because I'm a man, I think they can be something beyond boundaries without measure. Um, I the 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 quantifying thing I want to say about that, because I don't even think it gave incels a louder voice. I think they think he had a bigger platform for them to say the same goofy shit they've been saying since 2016. Um, but he did give him a voice. Kevin Samuels wasn't a leader; he was an image consultant.
Right.
There's a difference. Me looking rich and me being rich are two totally different things. And I've done both. You know what I'm saying? I've done both. I've rocked the Davucci jacket with the Regal on things when I ain't have $40 in my pocket. So I've done both. But looking rich and being rich are different things. I think that his categorization of what makes you high value was really high income because value comes in a different ways. If I got $1 million and I need a hammer, then fuck $1 million. It's like the king that said my kingdom for a horse because he needed a horse way more than he needed the kingdom because he couldn't protect the kingdom without a horse. So value is based on once again the man in the moment. Um, and once again, I'm not saying I think the problem is, and this is what I was gonna say originally, that people think that death changes things, especially when there's no accountability and there's no recourse for violation, right? So, and I'm talking just social media, right? In real life, you're not gonna talk shit about my man's. You're gonna be real fucking humble if you're on arm reach. But on the internet, everybody can have Twitter fingers. But what people have said in his death is no different than what they said in his life. The people who supported him are still supporting him. The people who never really cared for him are saying that they put roots in on him. They done put all type of voodoo on Kevin Samuels that they didn't put on Zimmerman or fucking the uncle that touched him or any motherfucking body else. But all of a sudden they taking credit because a nigga took a
Facts.
gas station dick pill. Um, Whores are horrible. But I mean, I really don't have that much to say about that, man. I think it's a philosophical argument. I think that there's people who are mad at any man who tries to train a toddler, and I think there's people who are excited that somebody had the quote unquote courage to tell a four that she was a six. Nigga, I was telling dimes that they was twos, nigga. Like that's how I came up. Like 17, 18 years old girl be bad as shit. Be like, yo, you got a pimple on your nose with your big bumpy nose ass. Like that was 1990s Mackin. Like, oh, I'm just playing, girl. You know what I'm saying? For him to do that shit in 2019 and all of a sudden it was like this fantabulous thing just goes back to how weakened society has been being raised by toddlers. And now all of a sudden everybody's so scared of women and see women as authority figures when girls don't know shit unless they come in the back of a book that they just they were just impressed by a well-dressed man that wasn't afraid to argue with a woman like a woman does. So it is what it is. But shout out to KS.
Shout out to the dictionary, that definition right there of what greatness is. I appreciate that. Shout out to dictionary definitions. Great is of ability, quality, or eminence considerably above the normal or average. That's all
But
I'm
what's
saying.
normal? Right, but what's normal or average?
Whatever normal or average is. I'm not even gonna argue with the dictionary. That's your you can
No,
you
I'm
can
just
argue.
saying whatever. Right, but it's you have to have whatever normal is. So, for instance, right, Michael Jordan is great.
At
Whatever
basketball.
the normal, right. But
At
what I'm saying
basketball.
is normal, right. But when you say normal or average, what is normal or average? It's all
A
based
person that
on
don't make the league. No, no, here's
yeah,
the thing, because it makes a
right.
lot of sense.
There you go.
Because even I don't say guys
Come
are
on,
great. I
man.
think
This is
guys are
basic.
awesome.
Yeah,
But nah, greatness is above and beyond. Greatness
Thank
is
you.
when people know your name. Greatness is why I fought so hard to be Oak. I ain't want to be Shorty Folks or Anagram Baby or Shireen little brother or Steve's son. No, nigga, call me Oak, and I'm gonna show you why I'm Oak. I'm gonna do some incredible shit. I'm like, yo, you see that shit? Yo, that's that nigga Oak. To the point that I could go somewhere and be like Norm on Cheers. That was my goal as a kid. I wanted to be like Norm on Cheers. You know how Norm walked in Cheers? They were like, Norm. Like, I
Right.
wanted my name to mean something. So I walk in and I'm like, yo, oh, great in that particular stratosphere. That don't mean I'm great at aerodynamics, but I'm great at what I'm great at. You know what I'm saying? So it
And
is what it is.
that's why I say the awesomeness, because what happens is that men are great. They're just not seen. Their greatness is not always seen. And so you take it. No, I'm just saying it's great. Like, because we'll say what's great, what's average, right? And basically you're saying the way it's coming off is like trying to belittle men in general when they've done great things that are so unseen.
Hold on, Desiree. Hold on, Desiree. It's about women drive trucks, do electrical work, inventory, etc. Shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something. Women who drive trucks, they didn't drive until trucks became automatic. They didn't drive the stick, and they don't load or unload shit. They wait for the Mexicans to load and unload their truck and probably connect their fucking tractor. All these chicks do is wait for dispatch to tell her to go somewhere here and then the other. If it wasn't for technology that men built, women wouldn't be able to fucking drive, and they still drive like little Mexican women. Second of all, you're talking about women do electrical work. Tell me when you ever saw a fucking female pop up when Comcast called. Ever. When you seen a female when AT&T was on the poles? Ever.
That's not electrical work. Comcast is just cable.
It's still electrical work. They still got to run the wires. They got to run the wires from the pole to your house.
How many?
Ain't none. Ain't no motherfucking chicks pulling up when it comes down to do electrical work. Look, the fact that women and everything you name that's empowering is a woman acting like a man. Show me the bitch that know how to make stuffing from scratch. God damn, food is love. Y'all don't know how to love. Y'all so busy trying to be men. Y'all don't even know how to fucking love.
That's my wife right there. First of all, so just be mindful of how you address my wife, please.
I respect that.
Yeah, but
Tyler's don't do shit.
But look, she has her CDL and she can drive a stick, and she's super feminine. I'm just saying, women are out here driving trucks.
I know female truck drivers, and they be on the phone with me. They're like, oh, I'm waiting for the Mexicans to unload my truck. I wish niggas weren't so lazy, because they still hate black men, even though they drive trucks. I can't, black men don't want to unload other people's trucks. I gotta wait for the Mexicans. Every goddamn black female I know that drive trucks waiting for another motherfucking man to do half her job. Somebody, I gotta pay out, man. I don't get the money.
And look, I think here's an example. And I don't think that
calling anybody average is disparaging. I just want to say this: 2.4% of electricians are women, and 9.5% of electrical contracting businesses are owned by women.
And they're a shield. They're a shield for a dope dealer. You know what I'm saying?
They are, right.
But even with that, you ain't even got to go to that. Go to what the education system says. The education system says only 0.03%. So 1/3 of 1% of women go to trade schools to become electricians, to become truck drivers. Women don't like trade skills. So to say that women do it, that's an anomaly. And I'm not saying that none ever do it, but it's such a micro fraction of society that they don't even count in the real world. You know, true conversation. And I had this conversation with my dad. That's why I'm passionate about the truck driving part, right? My dad drove trucks for 45 years, 50 years. My dad's first job was driving an ice cream truck, and then he drove semi trucks all the way until he retired at 72 years old, right? So he drove trucks from when he got out of college all the way. That's 50 years. 50 years of truck driving. My dad comes to me and says, yo, women drive trucks. Black men don't want to do nothing because they're a baby boomer man. And to be a baby boomer man means you hate other men because you suck dick and dressed androgynous and then found a wife, and then I don't know if my dad sucked dick, but I'm just talking generally speaking as a baby boomer man, because they all act like white women. And he has all this heat, all this smoke for young black men. And he's like, oh, black men don't want to drive trucks. I said, hold on. I got 8 friends who own truck companies, to the point that I got a buddy who, when he needs a truck driving job, he don't even fill out an application. He talks to me and I make a call like, yo, could you get Rick in? They be like, yo, I'll get your boy in on the strength of you, because my name means something. So if I give a referral, my referral means something. So I'm like, man, I don't drive trucks. My dad drove trucks, my grandfather drove trucks, but I'm listening to my dad talk about women are driving trucks because he heard one chick on a CB when he go to a certain place, and black men don't want to do nothing. I'm like, yo, I know 8 niggas that own truck companies. You talk to one trailer park white chick somewhere in the middle of Lexington, Kentucky, who doing regional. Pops, you gotta quit fucking playing. Quit acting like it ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? Women
I wanna,
fight hard to do the shit that men do. So of course you'll get 1 or 2 on the cracks, and it'll be noticeable because it's only 1 or 2 on the crack. It's
yeah.
like seeing a girl that's 6'4". It's an anomaly. Are there 6'4" women? Yes, but you don't see them every day. When you see one, they stand out. That shit is not.
And you know what's crazy?
That's the
For
norm.
that to be brought up by Yvonne when you're pushing out that people are average. So when you look
But
at
what's
it,
we
that's
brought
not no. What I'm saying is that it's not average for a woman to be an electrician, just like it ain't average for
say
a
it
woman
was.
to be a truck driver. But
No, I
but
didn't
I'm
say that.
saying, but you're mentioning it as women do it too, as if it's some type of average thing that women do, right?
No,
It's like
actually, I didn't mention that. My wife
if I
mentioned
say
it.
men cook and you like women cook too, okay, cool.
No, my wife mentioned it. I didn't mention it. I didn't mention it at all,
Okay.
actually. My wife
Yes, you
mentioned it.
did. According
No,
to Women
it-
in Trucking
my wife did.
Association, women make up approximately 10% of all truck drivers in the United States. This is nearly 2% increase since 2019. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like if you're going to call it like when you say this, like you negate the greatness or the awesomeness. Let me say a better word that everybody could agree on: the awesomeness of men, right? So if 90% of truck drivers are men, they're doing awesome shit that delivers everything to your doorstep, one way or the other. And only
Right.
10% of women have joined that. So to
That's it.
compare their small amount of input in the industry compared to what men, especially that it's only now recently they've been doing it. And as far as electrician work, less than 3%. So don't say, yeah, women do it too, as if they easily do it as men. No, they don't.
Can I address that real
You
quick?
said no woman works in
Yeah.
these nationwide. No, I never said no woman. I'm just talking about in these industries, men have built that. Now, come along now, women are now entering it, but that's because they want to be like men. But as far as being electricians, truck drivers, and stuff like that, 2.4%.
One minute, 1 minute, then Von respond.
So you going out crazy. I didn't hear what you're saying.
I said 1 minute and Von can respond.
Yeah. No, I'm done. I was just giving those stats.
All right, go ahead, Von.
Yeah, it's real quick, man. I wasn't the one who brought up a women can do it type of thing. My wife was the one who said whatever she said in the comments, and I think she was just responding to the idea because you said that no women are doing these things. But I don't care to argue those things. Come on, bro. Let me rock for a second. When it comes to Michael Jordan, look, Michael Jordan isn't doing anything extraordinary. He's doing something very ordinary, better than everybody else, right? So basketball is a very ordinary thing. The level that he plays it, though, is what's great. So average men can drive trucks. There are men who are doing trucking in a way above average or even a great level. That's where you own trucking companies and you're doing, you're in the trucking and logistics industry in an exceptional way. That's where the greatness comes in. So greatness isn't just this arbitrarily applied term the way you're making it seem. It's applied to a performance that's above what other people are doing. So for instance, the average man in this country makes 45, 50 grand. If 85% of the men, or if I don't know what it is, 60% of the men, 70% of the men in this country make 45, 50 grand, then you fall in there with the average earners. If you make 100,000 or so, there's a category for that. You're above average, right? You don't just lump everybody in as great. They're categories for a reason. They're steps and stages for a reason. And so to the point that Oak was making, awesome is a matter of that's subjective, right? That's relative. That's based on one's own individual perspective. And I get that. You can say anything is awesome. You can call a school teacher awesome, especially if it's a school teacher who touched your life in a way that no other teacher did. So then, yeah, that would be awesome. Again, that's a matter of perspective. So something that you might consider to be awesome, I might say, maybe that's just average because maybe I've seen it a lot more than you have. And then the same is true in reverse. What you say? What about women?
Yeah. What about women? Are they average?
Yeah, women have average. Women can be very average too, and women can be great too. I mean, it's just a matter of what
Are
category
they
you're talking.
average? But are they mostly average or great?
I would say most women are average. Again, that most people fall into the average category. Greatness is for the upper echelon of performers. Most people don't
So,
fall into the upper echelon of
The,
performers
the,
in any
the
category.
reason why I'm saying the awesomeness of men, right? Because I'm gonna move. I agree with you on the greatness. You do certain things, it's recorded as great, and I agree with saying the awesomeness. So it kind of, so I could run with that. So my thing is me saying men are great. I just say men are awesome because you take out the bare bones of shit. You know what I'm saying? But most men, more than women, will just be awesome in what they do. Most women will not survive. It's been shown. It's been seen. They will get ran over in a second. They rarely will build anything. Yeah, what was it? That women group that built the bridge in Florida. You know what I'm saying? And that shit collapsed. You know what I'm saying? Like it just shows there are just things that men do that is just awesome, and they don't get a credit. Whereas women do. Women are like, I'm a woman, I'm awesome because I have a pussy and a baby could come out. And that's you can be like, so how does that make you awesome, right? They be like, yo, I'm awesome because I can have a baby and I can carry, and you can nut in me and I can catch it, and then it can convert into something. You know what I mean? So, and women get to walk around and say, I'm awesome. I'm black girl magic. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, well, what magical shit you did other than get a nigga arrested or killed? You know what I'm saying? Or got him fired from his job. So what is this black girl magic? Right? Like, think about how that is. There's no black man sorcery, you know what I'm saying? Or spectacular. She get an award because she's a rapper, even though many men have come before her and sold many albums way more than her, but they'll say Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion's Black Girl Magic. But it's like, yo, they didn't even sell 1 million records. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Pull up 50 Cent, pull up Jay-Z, pull up Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? These are multi-million-dollar artist sellers, but they'll say Black Girl Magic. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a slogan, man. I think that's just propaganda. That whole black girl
No,
magic thing is propaganda.
But more than it's a slander, a slogan, which I agree, right? But on the same token, women get to say that, and nobody gets to say anything. But a black man walk around and be like, "Man, I'm awesome." How the fuck you awesome? How much you make a year? What you do? Did you jump like Michael Jordan? Did you make 10 million? Like, no, I'm just awesome because I get up every morning and I just do what I feel is awesome shit. You know, I could fix this. I could cook that. I could build this. That makes me awesome. And these women be like, I'm awesome because I can put a wig on.
Hey, Pete, would you agree that just the root word of that, of the word awesome is awe, right? So what is it that I think when you say something is awesome is because whatever was done leaves you in awe, right? So when we say, wow, that's awesome, that's a wow factor, right? So that's not something that we see every day. That's not something that gets applied to regular things if we're going to call something awesome, because it's something that left you in awe. Would you agree with that?
No, I don't. I won't agree with it because one, I don't agree with that. I mean, we're going to say not great.
Women.
Well, because awesome doesn't mean because you saw it before doesn't make it awesome. I mean, you saw Michael Jordan shoot a shot. You saw him do a trick shot before. Kobe is a mirror of Michael Jordan, yet we still think Kobe is awesome, even though we saw the same fadeaway 1,000 times, though we seen the same dunk 1,000 times. Nobody don't say, oh, somebody dunked already. You know, that's not awesome. It's always awesome, no matter how many times you see it. I
think it was awesome because the average man in the average man in the NBA couldn't do what he was doing. So
no, average man couldn't do that. Any ball player that was in the NBA could shoot. They just didn't do that at the level he did it at. Exactly. But they could shoot. But they could dunk. They could shoot. They could fade away. Look at the NBA now. It ain't nothing but little Michael Jordans. You know what I'm saying? You got Steph Curry hitting 3-pointers from half court. So, awesome. And every time you see him make that shot, it's awesome, right? Any kid,
because everybody else can do
it. No, they can. Other people have hit half court shots. How many half court shots have they hit?
Hey, you do realize
that it's awesome, but no, if you saw it more than once, if you said it's in awe because you never saw it again, and that describes awesome. Okay, cool. But the moment you say it twice,
that's not what I said. I said if it's something that leaves you in awe, then that's what's awesome. That's the root word of it, right?
Right.
So if
So
Steph
when you
Curry,
go
Steph
to
Curry is the most prolific shooter in the history of the NBA. So that's awesome.
so every time a player makes a shot, you're not in awe. Or when you and your wife bought your house and she looked at it, did she look at it and say, "Oh, that's beautiful"? She saw
Again, it's a
1,000 houses
feeling.
before.
It's going to be very subjective because it's a feeling
It's
and
not
that's left up to
subjective,
the individual.
but the work they did was awesome, right? You bought the
Right,
house, your
because
wife
what
liked
leaves
it,
you in
you saw
awe wouldn't
1,000
necessarily leave Quincy in awe, right?
Wait,
And
what
the
are
things
you
that
talking
left
about, man?
Here's where my issue
things that
is.
left me,
When I say men are
right?
are spectacular, if I say great, you take that away. All right, cool, I gave that to you. We say men are just awesome. You want to take that away and say, well, it's not really awesome because if you saw it already, you know what I mean?
I just
And
like
then
words.
you
I like words meaning
but
what they mean.
to me, it's awesome. What happens is we
Okay.
don't appreciate the awesomeness every day. Every time you drive on the road, you don't be like, you know what I'm saying? You probably complain more about traffic than how smooth the gravel is, or the fact that you can get from point A to point B
Sorry,
because
Clark, say down there.
infrastructure. So
Hold on.
Sorry, Clark,
I wanna address what Akachi just said about there were more architects and carpenters than Jordans and Kobe.
Yeah.
You know what I think is awesome? I'm gonna tell you what I think is awesome. Because before Jordan, we saw Dr. J.
Yep.
This is what I think is awesome. I think it's awesome that a room with 6 people in it can say, you know what? How can we find 1,000 sponsors and create a marketing program for people to want to watch this? I think that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Even when I look at Allen Iverson, to be a natural talent is a beautiful thing because you know y'all the minstrel class, but Allen Iverson talks about how he wanted to play in the NFL. Basketball was his side thing. You know what I'm saying? I used to think Charlie Ward couldn't read. I swear to God, I did. Because think about Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward went pro. He got drafted professionally. In basketball, he was a Heisman Trophy winner, so football goes without being said. In baseball, and he got invited to the Olympic track team. Nigga, that's all 4 seasons of college. This nigga never went to class. I was like, yo, I know Charlie can't read because he is an awesome athlete. He is above average at physical dexterity, but he still needs a whole machine behind him in order to monetize.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. And I just made a post about this on Facebook yesterday. I said, man, creating a league is nothing because nobody cares about the league. They care about the athlete because that's what y'all concentrate on. But y'all concentrate on that all the time. When we were kids, it was niggas out here who was selling weed. They was making minimum wage selling weed. After you take the recop out and all the chips and dips, they was probably making $50, $60 a day. You know what I'm saying? They was flashing recop money. You'll have another, but they'll rob the weed seller. They'll rob him. You'll have his next door neighbor that has a Church's Chicken t-shirt on. He making the same $60, $65 a day. They won't fuck with him. But they think selling weed is something awesome. Like, yo, this nigga's on the grind. He hustling. It's unlimited cap. No limit to his progression. But they don't pay attention to the dude at Church's Chicken that went from mopping the floors to being on the deep fryer to doing the cash register to being the manager to being the regional manager. I know girls who made a whole career from only being able to get a job at McDonald's because she couldn't read, and now all of a sudden McDonald's is transferring to other states to run their regional department. But nobody thinks that that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Because she's still just a burger partitioner. But I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she dope. She's a piece of shit. But I think it's dope that she could start from fries to get moved to South Dakota and getting a motherfuckers paying for her transport. You know what I'm saying? Paying.
1 minute. Oh,
So I mean, which brings us back to the Kevin Samuels thing. And I'm gonna say this, and I was gonna say it for later, but I'm gonna bounce in this last 30 seconds. In 2014, I did an experiment. I made a post, and then I would have my homegirl do the same post. Copy paste it. Don't share it. Copy paste it. Exact same post. When people commented on my shit, it was a bunch of girls calling me a misogynist. I hate women. My mama didn't raise me right. Jenny would post the exact same post. Didn't change a word or comment, nothing. She's a strong Nubian queen, a wise woman, a leader, all type of shit. Y'all keep saying it's not the message, it's the messenger, and that's exactly true. But don't tell me it's not how they tell a message. Cause y'all motherfuckers just hate men and worship women to the point that if you say anything about a goddamn woman, that y'all be like, yo, fuck this nigga, cause y'all some pussy pandering Tyler apologists. And man,
Seconds, bro. Wrap it up.
I'm cool with that, but you know, Tyler's gonna Tyler and Ops gonna expose themselves. So yeah.
Hey man,
I
let
got
me say
another
this.
question. I got a question after you done. Go ahead.
Well,
All right,
hold on. No. Hold on. Wait, before you go on. Crazy, what is your thoughts on Kevin Samuel? Because you be, in the background, and sometimes let's bring him in. And pardon me,
Well,
Vaughn.
before you do that, give me 10 seconds right here. I just want to address what Akachi said, something about women being I'm a woman just because I'm awesome just because I'm a woman. Look, man, delusion transcends gender lines, man. There are women who are delusional as hell. If you think just because you're a woman that you're awesome, you're just as delusional as a man who thinks that he's awesome just because he's a man, or that he's great just because he's a man. So gender has no bearing on whether or not somebody is delusional. That's all I'm saying.
So Crazy, man, your thoughts, man. We gotta pull you in sometimes. So I'm pulling you in, brother. Your
Bring him
thoughts.
in, yeah. Good
Hey,
question.
hold on. Tell Chanel, man. She all in the comments, all in the video. Yeah, tell her come on up here, man.
Come
No,
to
we
death
ain't
row.
gonna bite you, Chanel. Slide in.
So Crazy, go ahead, drop some bombs, man. I want to hear you out, brother. You be goat status in the So go ahead, brother. Lay it out.
What I would do
Put your
is
timer on. Put your timer on.
I'm gonna pull up something that was gonna be a part of a question. But I'm gonna pull it up now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, where's it at?
So as you pulling up, what's your thoughts on Kevin Samuels? Do you think he's problematic or?
No, here you go, right here.
Okay.
I'm pulling that up for a reason because
okay,
when I see somebody delivering some information, right, I'm on a level where I don't look at the person. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of their history, none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. I look at the information. And what I'm gonna look for is more pros than cons. Okay. And what I think is needed out here on a world stage is, especially for what y'all call tiny people, right? Brown people, whatever you want to call them, right? Because they my cousins, my mothers, my sisters, uncles, whatever. You know what I'm saying? People that I grew up around from the beginning, so I'm gonna care more about those in my family and my tribe and can advance them mentally. If they caught in the gutter, if they caught in the rut or whatnot. What happens is on the world stage, the bottom line messages people got to see was men, don't sex you girls out here you don't plan to marry, and women quit having sex with men who's not, and giving baby to men who's not going to marry. So I'm going to look at what's a conversation that's really not discussed on a global scale. And I'm going to get that part as a pro. You see what I'm saying? Far as the negatives, I see this a conversation. Reason why I see this is a big pro, because whether we got more pros than cons or people see there's more cons than pros, there's a conversation that can be continued from this. And we can move forward, text in front of us, because it's got the whole world triggered, it's got the whole world celebrating, it's got the whole world assassinating, it's got all types of stuff going on, but it's got attention towards his content. So we can go from here and take the pros, build on the pros, and whatever we see as negatives, we can address the negatives. So overall, I'm gonna say salute Kevin Samuels because I'm gonna say this: nobody is discussing the things like this. We're coddling a lot with the community. We like to coddle a lot, and we don't want to hold our community accountable. So that's my take on the pros that I see from this.
Ty Perkins just said, I just told Vaughn today that sisters are above criticism. I don't, I hear that a lot. I see sisters getting criticized a lot, man. I mean, there's plenty of YouTube channels where brothers are criticizing the performance or poor performance of sisters. I don't see this situation where they're above criticism or it can't be criticized. Now, how well they handle criticism might be a different conversation, but they're not above reproach. Nobody is above reproach. I think anybody can be criticized. As a matter of fact, I go so far to say, if you take a channel like what Kevin Samuels had and make his target demographic, like the way so many sisters are upset with him is because of the way they, felt about him addressing their issues or whatever. If you take that same platform and make the target instead of black women, and there's some platforms that are just like that about black men. You got sisters that's going in on black men like crazy, right? You take those same platforms and make their target the alphabet community or somebody other than black men and black women, and I say that those channels get shut down. So I think that what's cultivated is, or what's allowed, I should say, is the continued demeaning of or degradation of so-called black people. But if you step outside of those boundaries and you start criticizing other people, like right now, just turn this show into a, let's talk about all of the problems in relationships that the alphabet community have. This thing will get flagged so quick and shut down, but we can sit here and talk all kinds of trash about each other. We can bash black men all day. We can bash black women all day, and the algorithms won't miss a beat. As a matter of fact, we'll probably get spikes. But start
Those
touching
groups got power. Those groups got power.
No, it ain't about those groups have power. No. It's not those groups have power.
They got power. They got resources and agendas to push their agendas to where they can have you shut the fuck up.
I agree with that. I agree with that, but I disagree with the premise. Because here's the thing. Because nobody cares what the gays say. Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. No, for real. Here's the thing. It's not because women always attack men who talk about women. The only thing that Kevin Samuels did, and I think it's dope, I'll give him this, excuse me, is he got on a Dave Chappelle level that he was uncancelable, right? They shut down Tommy Sotomayor like 7 channels. They shut down the Fuck Child Support channel at least 5 times. They shut down other channels that talked about do for self, don't entertain these relationships with American women. Black women shut those channels down. Kevin Samuels was really pro-woman. That's the only reason he was up. Women made him hot. He was up 5-6 years before he told a girl she was a 6. That's what went viral. Because can't nobody tell these ugly bitches they ugly. In the 1990s, ugly bitches knew they was ugly. They would hold a coat at the club and cock block when you hollered at a cute friend. Now these ugly bitches think they cute. They want dime standards when they nickel bitches. That's the issue. It's to the point. No, I'm being honest.
Trey Bags status.
Y'all leading into my other question. Y'all leading into other questions. But go ahead.
What's the other question?
Oh no! Wait, before the question,
No. I'm saying you already discussing something I was going to ask. But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say above correction. That's what I think Todd was meaning, not above. When he was trying to say women were above criticism, he really means correction and above criticism. Like you can't criticize them without them being offended. It's not like women are sitting there accepting, like, oh, okay, yeah, I fucked that up, or yeah, that was right. They be like, nah. You be like, yo. All you tell them is like, yo, marry before you carry. Why you gotta? Where's the man? Yo, it's gonna cost you more, hurt you more than will hurt him. But it's above correction. They're above correction and above criticism. You can't say nothing about them. That's what he meant. He didn't say that women can't be criticized. They can. It's just that they feel they are above criticism because anytime you criticize or you try to correct them or tell them you need to correct, they're going to give you all kind of shit, all reasons why, and even argue, put roots on you, all kind of shit to avoid criticism and correction. So I just
Man,
wanted
look,
to address that piece.
Okay,
I just want to say this, man.
I got a question.
Go ahead, shoot your shot.
Do you everybody that has a problem with Kevin celebrating his death right now?
Your mic ain't clear, man.
Your mic went down.
It went down.
Yeah,
There
I
you
think
go.
you gotta just
Good
talk
now.
closer to it.
It might be the connection. The people that are celebrating his death, or those that got a problem like with his message, males and females, are the ones celebrating his death, and the ones with problem with it, are they the ones the message is talking about?
Yeah, hit dogs holler. First of all, quit stealing your neighbor's Comcast and shit. But hit dogs holler, man. I was with my mans. I was really trying to support my mans who was supporting the Tyler, right? So by proxy, I was supporting the Tyler secondhand, right? On the toy drive she was doing. And I go up there, slide down on my mans, and I end up having a discussion with this chick. The discussion was about being exceptional, which goes to the good, awesome, all that shit. And I was like, yo, ain't that many motherfuckers that's exceptional? She's like, women are exceptional. I said, do you understand that exception no means you're an exception to the rule? Like everybody else does this, and then you are an exception. Well, all women can be an exception. I said, well, if all women are the exception, then that's now the rule. Everybody can't be an exceptional. Like, but y'all can all be second to last because that's what y'all fighting to be. And y'all think y'all exceptional just because you're not the bottom barrel bitch. Because you just got 2 kids by 2 niggas instead of 4 kids by 7 niggas, and you think you're exceptional. But the exceptional person, honestly, is the person with no kids. But y'all tell her that she don't know the struggle y'all go through, so y'all disregard her because y'all just at a race to the bottom. So there's nothing exceptional about racing to the bottom either. I hate women. Where's my mom at? But these are the things that you can tell a man at any given time, and guys are like, I got you. You can't. Girls don't speak English. My thing is, and y'all know I say this all the time. I do these YouTube channels, and I gotta talk about it. But in my real life, I don't listen to girls with clothes on. Nothing they say with clothes on makes a motherfucking difference. Because girls are dumb, and they proudly dumb, and y'all make them feel smart because y'all listen to them with clothes on, so they confuse y'all. So y'all trying to catch up and trying to make logic of it, and they spinning dumbness all around y'all because y'all can't be as dumbed down enough to understand what the fuck these dumbass toddlers say. I'll give you an example. Women hate other women. Women don't get along, but they'll bond together to attack men. Women also, quote unquote, hate men because ain't no good man unless you dead or in jail like gay. They just fight promoters. But every woman needs a man. So if a woman gets a man, she say she ain't got no female friends because girls is messy. But if she ain't got a man, she with a bunch of girls saying niggas ain't shit. Now the whole time while she don't need a man, she just want a man. When she get a man, now she need that man unless that man is doing what he's supposed to do and he not getting in the shootouts. Then she leave that man because that man born and she back to the streets. Now on flip all that, she also don't like to work. So all these chicks really want to be housewives. Or be a housewife means you got to listen to a man, and listen to a man is oppression, even though you can't be 6 minutes late for your employer or you're fired. Girls is dumb. Everything they say is a contradiction of the thing they said before because they wear clothes. That's why they fight so hard to get naked in these streets. Men don't tell these girls to be naked. They be like, we do it for the guys. That's another lie. When guys see a girl, whether it's their wife or their daughter, men dress them up. When women see each other, they dress them down. Girls is dumb. Everything girls do is dumb. But y'all sit here debate about girls, and girls is just dumb. Y'all mad at Kevin Samuels because he pointed out girls are dumb. Girls are dumb. But pussy is delicious. Enjoy the pussy. Don't listen to them. That's crazy.
All right. Anybody else want to that question I asked?
Yeah, I get it. Repeat the question.
I bet make it. Those that got a problem with Kevin Samuels' message, or let's just say how they try to just gun at his character. They look to assassinate his character, or whatever. They look, no matter if the information is true or not, they're looking for something to gun at his character instead of his message. They do that. Celebrating his death. It's his message they the ones that his message is talking about.
Man, your connection is terrible, bro.
I know, right? Because he's still cable, man. We established that.
Yeah, I think we do have a. Yeah, I can hear you now. I got the question. I think we do have a scenario of hit dogs holler, right? I think there's a lot of truth to that. There are a lot of people who hate to look in the mirror, so I think there is some of that. And then, but I also think that some people have a serious aversion to just reckless kind of what they would consider reckless conversation or rude conversation. Some people just are seriously turned off by rude conversation. And I'll give you an example. I make it personal too. I used to listen to Kevin Samuels quite a bit right here in the house. I mean, I used to like take notes and get show content ideas and all that stuff. And my wife used to be like, "Damn, why are you listening to him?" And out of all of the things that he was saying, none of it applied to her. But she still had a very strong aversion to the things that he was saying. So I don't think that just because somebody had a strong aversion to what he was saying, that it necessarily meant the things that he was saying applied to them. I think some people just considered him to be very rude and very callous, and they had a problem with it. Some people are much more sensitive than others, right? And I think I don't know. I don't think it's much more complicated than that. And I'll even use another example. There were a lot of black people who hated Rush Limbaugh. Right, wrong, or indifferent, right? Whatever you think about him, you think about him. But there were a lot of black people who hated Rush Limbaugh. And when he died, people were pretty happy about that. A lot of people, and if you go back and look at them internet streets, look at them receipts, there were a lot of people who were pretty excited about Rush Limbaugh or have had zero care about the fact that he died. And I think that this, might be a little bit similar to that, aside from the people where the hit dogs holler and all of that stuff. I stand down.
Did we post with Star Post? I think she said. Oh,
What you guys?
Repeat the question one more time, because sometimes I forget listening to everybody else.
The message that Kevin put in, all the content he put in, and people have a problem with him with his kind of content or content is talking about.
I think I get some of what you're saying because you're going in and out when you're talking about people having issues with him. I think they make an excuse for not liking him to disregard his content. Crazy, can you pull up Star's post real quick so I can use it to answer my question? It's above ties. Yeah. Oh, he went out. I think he had to come back in. So should we wait for him to come back in? Or?
Yeah, crazy. Cable line getting chewed up by sheep or something, man.
Yeah.
He's still on that. He's still on that 56K.
Right. That was the noise that was the noise he played earlier. He was on. He said I thought it was what was it, the alarm button? No, he was trying to get online. All you're gonna hear is "You've got mail." So Star said I will come to the live. We did invite Star to the live. If y'all remember, Star was on like the beginning joints we did. I will come on the live with my daughter-in-law's in labor. Congrats on that.
Congrats on that.
New addition to the family is always a blessing. But only hood rats and extra sensitive women get offended by his message. And that is what I feel. People who are sensitive, mostly women and men, are sensitive to what he says. And people who fall below the line. Like, I remember a girl called and told me, I got 3 baby daddies and they all gang bang, but I want a high value man. You know what I'm saying? Right? And here's the crazy shit. It really wasn't Kevin Samuels. It was the woman proving what he's talking about. And Kevin Samuels didn't really, he said some things, but nothing more harsh than what your grandmother or your granddaddy said. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't say anything that what it is, they didn't want to listen to Big Mama. Big Mama told her, don't you carry before you marry, or just say mama's baby, papa's maybe. You know what I'm saying? These are ways that they talk. They said the same thing Kevin Samuels said. They never get mad at their grandma, who be just speaking out and say, girl, your pussy stank. And they be like, grandma. But they don't hate their grandma. So why you hate him? and he not even saying nothing personal. He just speaking in a general where, and if it apply, if it don't apply, let it fly. You know, to fix his vocals, Oak told him to do something, but how he set up his mic in it. But so my point is that people are mad at the message, so they try to denigrate the messenger. They want to kill the messenger because they don't want the message to come out. And this is why so many people were happy that he died, was because they felt no more messages can come from him. And that is the point, because what he was saying was just making sense for the majority of what he said. Do you agree with him all the time? No, I don't agree with everything he said, but a large portion, enough for me to say that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yes, I get that. Yes, that makes sense. Did I agree with every little thing he said? Nah, some things I was like, kind of pushing the line on that one, but I get it. I get what you're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So my point is with Kevin Samuels, I think people are hurt for themselves and they just want to take that anger, but you got to be a real fucked up person to put a root on a motherfucker that's on a podcast. Like, you won't put a root on your uncle that touched you. You won't put a root to fix your credit. You know what I'm saying? You won't put a root on that eviction letter you got, but you're going to put a root to kill Kevin Samuels. See how crazy that shit is? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So yeah, man, people just, like, I agree with Star. She was just saying women got mad at Monique same thing. When she told her don't wear the bonnets in public, same woman that hate Kevin Samuels hated Monique because she said don't look your best. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the Jane Kennedys and the Dorothy Dandruffs, where women were beautiful and kept class about themselves? I be seeing it now, yo. These girls' bonnets be coming down to their ass.
You know what's crazy? It was crazy because it's a race to the bottom because they got to be second worst, right?
Facts.
So when Monique told them to stop wearing bonnets, the cute girls started finding bonnets to match their outfit just cause faggot ass niggas who support these toddlers started wearing bonnets, and niggas don't even wear bonnets. And then the real bonnet toddlers doubled down on it and was like, yo, fuck just a bonnet. We coming out just in bra and panties, yo, and flip flops going through Midway Airport, yo. Fuck it. Like, the fuck?
What the bonnet?
Horrible. It's just fucking horrible.
I think that first of all, I think it's dismissive in the same way that there are a lot of people who don't handle criticism well, men and women, right? A lot of people get in their feelings when criticism is given, even if it's constructive. And those would be your extra sensitive people if the criticism is constructive. But I think it's dismissive to suggest that just because he was saying the truth that women got offended. There were plenty of occasions where he would make fun of women for being fat. Right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying what it was. I'm not putting no emotional value on it. I'm just pointing out what he did. There were plenty of times where he made fun of women being fat. There was plenty of times where he called women bitch on the show. Plenty of times where he, said all kind of things that a lot of women would find offensive. So a lot of people would find offensive. There are a lot of men who would even be offended by calling women bitches and hoes, and he did that. So did he offer a lot of good advice and good content on the show too? Yeah, he did. I mean, you have to be silly to dismiss.
Real quick, did you just call saying this, or did they disrespect? A lot of people show clips of when they claim that they were disrespectful first that led to him doing that. He just come in.
But you know what's crazy?
Yeah, hold on, Pete.
I'm asking for Vaughn. Go.
Yeah, so I think they behaved in the way that he found offensive. Now, I don't think they called him out I know they didn't call him out his name, many of them, at the time that he might have called him a bitch or said, get the F out of here or whatever. There were many women that if he thought they were being rude or they didn't answer the question the way that he answered, the way that he wanted them to answer it, or in the way that he appreciated, then, hey, get the F off my program. And he'll play the fat girl music, or he'll call him a bitch or whatever. So again, there are people who are highly turned off by that. And I don't think you have to necessarily be extra sensitive. I think you just have to be people get offended by what they get offended by. So
but the people get offended by people calling them gay?
Yeah,
The people,
If
the
you get,
people go as hard. Like when people say he's gay, right? Even though he's denounced that, even though he's went on platform and said no, he's not gay. Everybody like, oh, he's suspect, and they went hard on him, right?
yeah, I see why he would
Right.
be offended.
Yeah,
I
right,
can see
and
why he would be
and
offended.
right, he would be offended. Why men won't be offended? There are men that have the same
Again, I
mannerisms
said,
you
as
do.
I was saying before you interrupted me, I was
Yeah,
saying that
but
there are
I'm just
men.
asking you on that context, right? I'm asking
Yes.
a question. So how come men didn't take it, or when he told the man that he was fat and had a little dick, and men just like, okay, whatever.
No,
You
you
know
don't
what's
know all
crazy?
men. Dude. You don't know
No, no,
all
no.
men. So
Here's
there are.
what's
Hold on, let
crazy.
me ask this question. There are plenty of men who got offended by the way that women would talk to Kevin Samuels. Just like there are plenty of men who got offended by the way he talked to women. People get offended by what they get offended by. You can't sit here only knowing a tiny fraction of the percentage of the people that listen to his show and just say that nobody got offended just because you weren't talking to them. So people get offended by what they get offended by, and we can't control that. You know what I mean? You can't control other people's sensitivities. And that's just what it is. The point still remains, though, that a lot of people found his content rude and disrespectful. And so
But
they
still
were
watch
offended
the
by that.
show. But still went and watched
Whatever.
the show.
That's fine. You can reduce it to that, but that's still dismissive. The point is still that he did that. And so
Mhm.
I'm answering the question that Kwesi answered. Do you think that some people were just offended, or do you think it applied to them? And I'm saying some people were offended by the ways that he spoke. Now you can reduce it and say, well, don't watch the show and all this other stuff, but it is still what it is.
Well, I'm
People
saying if you take it to the playground, that shit was being on the playground. Shit, I'm a big man, and people come at me. You see when I'm on here, but who's the other dude the other day? Be like, oh, this
Maybe
fat
not
motherfucker
sexy.
don't give it,
Sincere
yeah.
fly. Sincere
Some flies, sincere fly, yeah, and go in. Nobody stops and be like, hey, bro, that's disrespectful. I gotta either vouch for myself or nobody says nothing. But if it was a woman on here and they started saying, "Oh, you fat ugly bitch," you this, they'd be like, hold on, there's a woman in the room. Don't be saying that. Don't disrespect her. So you mean to tell me I'm not as valuable as her? Meaning that I'm not.
You know what?
Be
I
as
push back on that.
her? Right.
I push back on that because Oak was offensive to Star when she was on the program, and none of us said anything. Star said it for herself. None of us said anything. So we don't always just come. We don't all just come.
Yeah, but the majority, but look at everybody that's get on it because you got men capping. You got men capping saying he was disrespectful to black women, but we're never capping when men were being disrespected, especially when they was calling him gay. You know that's the most. There's two things you can't say to a man that almost gets you fucked up and killed: is that he's gay or he's a a piece of wood, a flint, right? But the other word I don't want to, right? Or that, or to invite a man to suck your joint. Them is pop off shits. So at the most disrespectful way saying that shit, which is crazy because if he was gay, black women would listen because they listen to gay men. But right? Like if he wasn't,
Pete, I want to say something. I want to say some of that. I'm gonna tell you how they really know he's not gay.
Right.
Because they don't attack gay men. They attack heterosexual men with that gay stuff. When they don't disagree, with what a heterosexual is saying, they know that we don't like that stigma. You know what I'm saying? So people know people don't, even if he's suspect, people know that they don't know that he's really gay. So if he is heterosexual, I'm gonna call him gay because he ain't gonna like that.
Do you think that he was suspect? Do you think that some of the ways that he had any type of suspect behavior or mannerisms?
I don't want to discuss that. I don't want to do that because that's.
No, I'm talking to Kwesi. I'm talking to Kwesi.
Crazy, not crazy. Don't answer that. We had that private discussion.
He just said it. He just said it.
He was just saying. He was saying that people said.
He's grown, man. That's a grown ass man, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just in a way. Why would you want to throw dirt on his name? Like you want to say is he? That's not important to context. Like did he this? I can say.
You can answer whatever you think is important
out of respect for a dead man, Kwesi. Don't entertain that shit.
You can say what you want to say, but if I have a question, I'm gonna ask it. And the fact that Kwesi just said,
and I just said I don't think it's
right. That's fine. That's fine. So then you stand down. Then if you don't have a problem with it,
I'll answer that goofy ass shit. Look, check this out. He
did
a lot of metro.
Hold on, I'm gonna say don't entertain it.
No. He did a lot of metrosexual shit, but you know who else does a lot of metrosexual shit and nobody questions his sexuality? Who? Fucking Westbrook. That motherfucker dresses like the goddamn chick in what Alice in Wonderland all the time. I've seen Westbrook in more dresses than I've seen Hillary Clinton in dresses.
I've
But
heard people,
nobody, you know what I'm saying? But you know, as far as his
I've heard
wife and
people
his
question Cam
family go,
Newton too.
yeah, I've heard people question Cam.
Yeah,
Hell, I
I
question
don't
D
think it's
Rose. I mean, not D Rose, D Wade.
D Wade. Yeah, I don't think it's outside of the realm of being reasonable to question, people's style. Like Tory Clark said, Westbrook is
I don't see that.
bisexual.
I don't see.
Come
Here's
on,
what
bro.
it is.
Come
I
on,
don't see.
Pete. Why
I
you
just
keep
don't see the
interrupting me, bro?
purpose. No, because I don't see the purpose of it. Like
That's fine. You don't
like,
see the purpose, but I'm a grown man. So if I want to speak on something, I'm gonna speak on it. So
all
then
right,
if you
then I'm
want to
telling
speak
you,
on
as a
it,
grown
then
man,
you
I
want
don't
to
want to
speak
speak on it. I don't want to hear it. And as a
on it.
grown man, I'm
Well,
fucking say I don't want to hear it. So
then
now we
turn
a
your
grown
mic
man
off.
who don't fucking agree.
Can you mute his mic on me, Black? Can you mute that nigga mic? Because I want to talk. I want to say
Hey,
something.
Dennis Rodman wasn't questionable. We
I'm
we
a,
knew
I'm a
what Dennis
grown ass
Rodman
man.
was.
So
Hey,
I'm,
but Sheila
I'm a
hilarious.
I don't
grown
know.
ass man.
He was trying. He
I'm a
was
grown
trying.
ass man. So if I want to say something, I'm gonna say something. You don't have to say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I
Go
do
ahead. Say
think
what you want to say.
that
Go ahead.
in this culture, that when men carry their way themselves in a way, people tend to question it, and I don't think that's outside the realm of being reasonable. So if men are carrying purses or hold their lips a certain way or wear extra tight clothes, people question it, and that's just what it is. Now, I don't think that's unreasonable.
They don't
Whether
question it.
I don't,
whether
at the
he
same
has
time, I
suspect
won't sit here
behavior,
and say
whether
I won't
whether
sit
he
here
has
and say that
suspect
I thought
behaviors or not,
Let Quasi talk. Okay.
whether he has suspect behaviors or not, people are not questioning it. They're calling him gay.
That's
Say again?
They standing from. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
even if he didn't have suspect pictures or whatever, right?
Tory going ham in the comments.
They call men.
Tory hilarious.
They call men gay anytime they be in a disagreement. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So they don't have to have pictures. They don't have to have. What I'm saying is, put an attack on heterosexual men, then there's not an agreeable conversation.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think that typically those attacks are launched at heterosexual men, but I do still think we still have seen like somebody just mentioned Dennis Rodman. People calling him gay. People call Barack Obama. Yeah, Kevin Allen just mentioned people call Barack Obama gay. So, I don't think it's always just. I think people want to dismiss it because they love Kevin Samuel so much, and I get it.
No.
But that doesn't mean that he's above reproach.
When a man has won an
I don't know if he is or not. I can't say he is.
Because Quasi really capitalized it. He said, man, regardless what he was or wasn't, the fact they call him gay, they don't call gay guys gay. They be like, what up, sis, or whatever. They
don't say this an insult.
So I mean, Quasi nailed that. Like it's the indicator he not, because they said he was. So I'll go with that. What's the next question, Quasi?
Quasi's the GOAT. And Quasi got me back. Got me
I got one.
playing the hell out of me in chess, but that's all right.
I've been having some advocate type questions, so I'm about to flip the script. Because I want both sides to have they whatever. Now keep in mind, I don't watch every single one of his shows. I'm not a constant follower of Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? I have watched some of his shows. I have watched full shows, but I'm not a consistent follower of his shows. So some things I say, correct me if I misquote some things. I'm just going off what I hear out there, right, and read out there. The people that are saying that they have an issue with Kevin Samuels saying that Black women's looks are the lowest on the totem pole. And my question is to this, correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but what it said here further is this is my question. Is he reinforcing what was programmed by a racist agenda long ago? Is he reinforcing that? It said that, we got the fat lips, the big noses and all that, and we are ugly people and all that. Is he reinforcing that by saying that Black women are the lowest in looks?
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
Answer. All right. He's not reinforcing it because it's different arguments, right? Because these chicks are ugly and they want to be ugly. They fat, they ugly, and they got bad attitude. So their attitude can't even make them look pretty. that's a current thing. Like y'all call it the collarbone. That's hilarious to me. But like when I show pictures of girls that I dated in the 90s, 2000s, early 2010s, everybody like, oh, she got a collarbone. Like it's some different shit for a girl not to be obese. The fact that I show pictures of pretty girls that I'm with and people think that's an anomaly, like, damn, where the pretty girls go, that's an indicator. Are there still pretty girls? Sure there are. But the majority are at a race to the bottom. They want it. I know girls who have a perfect size who talking about something. I'm 40 pounds too light. I want to get thicker. I want to get bigger. I'm like, the fuck for? Like being fat is a social status symbol or something. Like the intention, because white women have the shortest window of beauty. Second to Mexicans, because once a Mexican girl get pregnant, she just turns to a little cardboard box. But white girls have the shortest, like a 10, 15-year run of beauty before they 30 years old and you think they 75. But they killed a 10, 15-year window. Black women have intentionally gone out here to look like transgender men. To steal that shit from a man's. They look like trans. Yeah. They when you look at if the fact that I have to look at a black woman to figure out if it's a man or a woman is a problem.
It's a problem.
And they do that shit intentionally. The fact that I crack jokes like, yo, I'm swole as shit, nigga. I'm 5'10, 230, nigga. I'm one hitting quitting niggas. And I gotta figure out how I can hit a girl because they fight for pleasure. Like they want to get choked and punched doing sex. Like, yo, I can't even knock out a black chick. So I don't even want to date a black chick. Like, why do I want to date a girl that could beat me up? Like, that don't make no sense. Like, you can't. They intentionally put themselves in a fucked up place. They want to be fucked up. And the ones who don't want to be fucked up want to be prostitutes because they all on IG. You know what I'm saying?
2
Talking about
minutes,
they
Hope.
trying to get flued out.
2 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even need 2 minutes. Y'all can have the other 2 minutes. I already made a baby, nigga. Only need 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Who
You want to
on
go,
next?
Pete, or you
Who
want
want
me?
that
Yeah, I'll
line?
go. What was the question again?
Did he reinforce stereotypes by promoting that black women are least attractive?
I mean, what a stereotype. Hold on. What the fuck did I just do? Hold on. Oh, there we go. All right. So reinforced stereotype. That's kind of like a double-edged sword. I mean, shit is what it is, right? Shit is what shit is. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like me, and I'm gonna tell
the looks. Let's not behavior. The looks.
the
Not
looks.
behavior. Not behavior. Yeah, like you know how we have big noses, kinky. You know the looks that white society way back then put out there is saying that we're the ugliest people on the planet.
Well, no,
he reinforced that by saying black women is the most. I don't know if he literally said that. I'm just saying what
he would say the least wanted. He said the least wanted, but it came with different things. It wasn't just looks. It was basically who they were. He would say they were the least desirable, right? Okay. Meaning every other race of women will get married before a black woman gets married. So like a white man could pull up with a Hispanic or a
didn't he discuss like symmetry of the face of what
symmetry? Well, he was talking about what beauty was, but then he was also he talked about symmetry when he talked about Nicki Minaj, and he was just saying your symmetry of the face, which is science. It has nothing to do necessarily with race. Because I've seen it before he's talked about it. And it doesn't always apply to white folks, actually, because their faces are not always symmetry. The symmetry of their face is not always considered beautiful. So I saw it before, and it wasn't saying, it was more catering. Like the people that were bringing up were people like Will Smith, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. When I saw this was years ago, it's just a symmetry. Which is true for everybody. There's just a common symmetry to face that brings attraction, like just does, who we're attracted to. But what he was saying about women being less desirable, one is their attitude. I mean, women have created that for themselves. Look at how they act. Look at what they do. Just because there's stereotype doesn't mean that it isn't true. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a stereotype that Mexicans are short. Well, on a large scale level, they are. But yeah, you might have some tall Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? but for the most part, they are. So what he's saying about black women being less desirable, he mean more so like the way they are. Like, yeah, the vulgar person that makes a woman undesirable more than her looks. Exactly. And black women tend to pride more of their vulgar attitude. They're the ones who push more promiscuity and push more vulgarness, how they act. You know what I'm saying? On many public platforms. You know, so yeah. And then when you look at the fact that all of them wear weave, like you be seeing these bras, man. I posted these tutorials. Balls are literally bald. You know what I'm saying? Like to here, and then their hair starts like back here, and they keep whatever just enough to sew in, and you can see the skin is irritable here, but they're still gonna put glue, and they're gonna put these fake
30
baby.
seconds, Pete.
So my thing is that yes, I don't know. Black women have created a stereotype for themselves, reinforcing it. Even if he did, should be like black women should change, because I mean that's just what it is. So they created their own stereotype, and they're living up to it. I don't think he himself single-handedly got people saying all of this. The reason why people agree is because they see it themselves. We see it. You know what I'm saying? Like
10 seconds to wrap it up.
I asked Vaughn. I'm gonna ask Vaughn. Vaughn, do you like weave?
No.
No, right? Did it take Kevin Samuels to say something about weave for us to dislike it?
Nope.
It's on our own. So how does him being the catalyst for that? You know what I mean? So that's why I say I don't agree that he what was the term? Reinforced it. At the end of the day, yo, look at these videos. They reinforce it themselves. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Pete. You got.
I like that comment that Tory Clark made above. He said he didn't reinforce shit. He used polls. Let's be honest. A put together black woman is elite in comparison to other women. That's why the other women pay to alter themselves to emulate black women, but they don't emulate the mindset, and that's the key. I like that. Now here's the thing. I'm going to say hold on.
No, I was saying post it up. Post it up, man. Look,
he did. I'm going to say he did reinforce stereotypes, and here's why I'm going to say that. I say he enforced racist stereotypes because what he was using was the Fibonacci scale, right? And that was I think Fibonacci is an Italian guy. But anyway, there was a Chinese writer who came out in an article and he made a comment about black women being the least desirable. And then he got, so he faced a lot of backlash, and then he later got discredited, and he retracted that statement and apologized and all of that. And so Kevin Samuels coming back and basically reiterating that same rhetoric, saying that black women are the least desirable according to the Fibonacci scale, not according to their attitude, not according to eyelashes and glue and weave. Nope, he was talking strictly organic facial features before makeup, right? So to hell with all that other stuff y'all add. He's talking strictly about their facial features, their organic look, that black women are the least attractive. And that is a white beauty standard. So I'm not mad at Fibonacci for creating that scale. He finds his own women more attractive. What I'm looking at is the black people, the so-called black people who co-sign that nonsense, showing that we are just as ingrained and whitewashed or brainwashed or whatever you want to call it to co-sign that. And that's why I like Tory Clark's comment by saying that black women are the most desirable, the prettiest. Again, now when you start talking about weave and attitudes and all the other stuff, yeah, I agree with that. I think a lot of that shit is just horrible. The loud and sassy and all the other stuff, but that's not what the question was based on. The question was based on, is he reinforcing stereotypes? And the answer is absolutely yes, because the statement that he made was in the context of an organic look, not the added shit.
You know what? I like what Vaughn said. I like what my man said in the comments, whoever you quoted. Here's my thing with that. They are ugly without makeup. You know how I know that they're ugly without makeup? No, for real. You know how I know they're ugly without makeup?
All women or just black women?
Probably all women. But black women especially, because they put the most on. You know how I know they ugly without makeup? Because they believe they're ugly without makeup. That's why I hate black women, because black women hate themselves. I can't love you more than you love you. So if you don't think you're naturally beautiful, then you're not. I ain't gonna tell you. I'm not here to lift nobody's self-esteem. I'm here to buy slaves. The the truth of the matter is that, and here's the flip side. But this is why I'm gonna give Von credit. I used to watch South African news, right? It was the ZA News Report, or maybe ZA, but it was capital Z, capital A. So maybe it was ZA News or ZA News. I'm not sure how they do it. But I was looking at the features of South African colors, the wide nose, the big lips, and they don't have a Eurocentric form of beauty. And I was watching this and I was telling myself, like, yo, this is how they look. Their beauty standards are different based on the place that they are, right? Flip side, I mean, honestly, that's when I kind of stopped saying, like, yo, we ain't from Africa. We was already here because we don't have the same phenotype. But besides that, I'm like, yo, they got their own distinct look, right? There's a difference between a American black that's dark as shit and an African black that's dark as shit. I could tell a Kenyan when I see one. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different zone of beauty. There's a sliding scale. What I think is beautiful for a white woman, I don't really think it's hot on a black woman, right? The and nobody else does. But here's the problem with black women, and this is how I know they ugly. Because every other mammal, not human, mammal, we're going past race, we're going past nationality, we're going to mammal. Every other female mammal
30 seconds, Oak.
does something to attract their male counterpart. That's what they do. Men keep doing our part. If the what's that bird with the colorful tails of the pink? I want to call it a
Peacock.
penguin.
Peacock.
Peacock. If the male peacock has to show his plumes in order to get some pussy, I'm gonna pull out that box Chevy because I'm doing my part. Women and especially black women keep telling motherfuckers like I don't like that shit. That doesn't attract me. I don't want to mate with that. I'm doing it for me. I don't give a fuck what you think. So you want to be an ugly bitch. So you can be an ugly bitch. And I'm fine with that. But you don't even get the whole 40 though. And you don't get 3 tacos. You get 2 tacos. Don't ask me for 3. Cause you're gonna be gone. Before I fall asleep, I'm locking my door behind you. You can't even spend the night with your ugly ass.
Can I jump on that?
Yep.
Man, I wholeheartedly agree with that perspective, man. Like, I've always said it, nature, right? We talk about nature, organic and shit like that, right? For the most part, we are mammals and whatever. Like you said, they go against nature on attracting mates. Most men say they don't like that shit. And then the men that might say it in a rap song, look at their woman. She got her own hair. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. It even choosing the strongest mate. You know what I'm saying? Choosing the strongest mate is crazy. Like when we talk about these women having sex with the bottom men, you know what I'm saying? They're not out there. They're talking, I want a high value man. After then, I had one chick out and say, I had 3 baby daddies and all 3 are gangbangers and 2 in jail or some shit like that. She picked the bottom men of society. Most of these women do. They go get the felons. They go get the losers just so they can show that they're better than those men because they hate men, so they got to show they're better. But that goes against nature. You know what I'm saying? Every mammal goes for the strongest mate because they know the offspring is to be strong. They don't go after that. They go after the bottom. And how could you think somebody in the street with no means is, they're not even going for the top D boys. At least back in the 80s, cats was making money hand and fist selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Selling crack. They're bringing in thousands of dollars a week. They're making more than their parents. So I could kind of see them going that way. But these dudes be out here nickel and dime hustling, don't got no place to stay, sleeping on somebody's floor. And she be like, oh, I'm going to have a baby with him, but then I'm going to blame all men for that man. And then they go after the same dude. They go after the same dude. And I'm saying to piggyback what Oak is saying, like, yo, they go against nature. Men complain they don't like the weaves. They don't like the eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? Men don't like the BBLs. And what do they do as soon as they got that little PPP money? pussy problems, right? Who ain't got a BBL? They going to get all this weave. They can't take, the shit that used to kill me when I see a woman out in public doing this. Like, you look like a fucking monkey. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I agree with Oak 100 on that. They go against nature. They're not even trying to attract their mates, even with the things they say. Like, just what Cardi B said, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got a ring. They think that shit works, even though it's a rap song. But they be like, oh, I don't cook, I don't clean, I'm not serving a plate, I'm not doing this. Everything they say is to detract their mate, because they're gonna tell you what shit that he like that she not gonna do. Oh, I'm not fit to be cooking over, slaving over no stove. Oh, I ain't fit to be bringing you your plate. I ain't fit to be doing this for no man. So instead of attracting, they detract, and then they get the bottom men who leave them with bottom woman problems, because there's bottom woman problems, and then they blame top men for it.
One minute, Pete.
The men they're having babies for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they go against nature, man, at all levels. And then you want us to really believe that the Queen Shea Butter, mother of the earth, and controller and all this shit and whatever, and that they're the ones worth dying for and shit, when they can't even fucking make you a plate, but she gladly will want you to kill for her. Oh, you gonna let a man do that? You supposed to be this, but then you ask her, yo, can you make my plate? What the fuck I look like? Like, yo, so you want me to catch a body or give body for you, but you can't even just fix my plate, which is technically put the rice, the beans, and the meat, and then bring it to me. Like, that's a problem. But I could fucking raw dog you from the back, pull your hair, choke the shit out of you, hit you with a fucking stick, nut on your face, do all kinds of derogatory shit at the most submissive fucking level, pee on you, shit on you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm laughing at start talking about some seriously water bugs.
Huh?
Time's up.
Yeah.
For
Hey,
the next one, you
hey,
want to respond to
you know,
that?
water
Vaughn, or-
bugs.
Yeah, let me jump in real quick. I think we first of all, I agree with Oak when he said that there are a lot of women out here who are dressing for themselves. They don't care about attracting their mate, and I think that's tragic. You know what I mean? That they don't care nothing about what men think. If your man is telling you that he don't like weave, but you fixed on wearing weave regardless, I think that's a problem, and it does happen a lot. But I think we got way off track from the question, and we start kind of deflecting in a sense from the original question, and in a sense justifying the premise based or justifying the answers based on the question that wasn't really asked. The question was what it was, and Kevin Samuels did in fact reinforce those negative stereotypes. So I did just kind of want to circle it back around to that, so I can put the cherry on top of that. And that's it, and when I look at these, I'll even go a step further, man. When I look at how much makeup, like Katy Perry, when you look at her with her makeup on, she's a pretty girl. When you look at Charlize Theron with her makeup on, she's a pretty girl. Without her makeup, man, them women look dry and drab as hell. But then when you put them next to somebody like Halle Berry without her makeup on, or Rihanna without her makeup on, of course they don't look as good as they do with their makeup, but they pale in comparison, pun intended. Those women pale in comparison to them sisters. So I'm going back to my original statement, and I'm going to say that black women are organically, in my opinion, far and above better looking than non-black women. And I'm going to add this too. White women, man, I used to think when I was growing up, all white girls had these long flowing locks. It took me till I was grown to realize that they was wearing weave like crazy too. All that bushy
all
hair.
type of shit.
Yeah, man. So white women are heavy on eyelashes. I see them all the time. Now, and sisters take the cake though. I will say the sisters they on another level with that with the spiders. But and that shit is ugly to me. And hey, whatever, that is what it is. But white girls are no stranger to weave and heavy makeup too.
Hey Ty, I love women. I need you to put in comments. Do you really think these motherfuckers women? If I gotta figure out if you a man or a woman when I look at you, do you think they women? I love women though. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Chicago. There ain't no women. It's just a bunch of toddlers trying to kill you on accident. But it's neither case or whatever case.
Y'all want to go through some of these
Now,
comments?
I want to say something about the makeup, right? when you even with the and I agree because the makeup was really started. Forgot who the guy was, but it was during the black and white films. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the hard issues they had with transition into color. Back, what was it? I forgot who it was, but the chick that was in Casablanca and shit like that. So
Right.
I just watch bugged out shit. But anyway, but here's the thing with the black woman makeup: like men never really had a problem when they did little highlight shit, red lipstick, little eyeshadow and shit. We talking about makeup to the point where they're looking like trans, and then that's the crazy shit. Like it got men like looking at women like, yo, I don't know if this is a man. Like her makeup is it's not enhancing her looks.
Right. How you gonna look trans and be bigger than a man? How the man that's dressed like a woman skinny, but you big as shit? Like what happened to Crystal? Y'all gotta wait for the Tyler tale for Crystal.
So Sheila, she giving you some love, man.
I know. Every girl that sleep with me hate me. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you, Sheila. You know what I'm saying? Send me a pussy pic. Anyway, once upon a time, I don't remember the names of girls I slept with. I swear to you, I don't remember like 70-80% of the girls I slept with. I don't remember their name. I used to be like Shorty from the club, Shorty and my man Allie or something. I saw a girl that was so fine that it's been 25 years. I saw Crystal in 1997. This is 2022. It's been 25 years. And I still remember her name. That's how fine she was. And she had to be the ditziest girl I've ever met in my life. I ain't gonna tell the story. But I was in Cali. When they say California blonde, she embodied everything about the attitude of Cali blonde. But I've never seen a person before or since that was so fine. And I realized at that moment, a Cali 10, like a Chicago 10 is a Cali 6. Because it was girls with low self-esteem in the 90s and 2000s in California and Miami who thought they was ugly. But I'm like, you would be the baddest belle in the ball in Chicago. But in Miami and LA, they was just average chicks. And I'm like, God damn. So now I found the top of the top. I was like, oh my God, Crystal. And that you've seen her before, but didn't know you saw her before. When I was in LA, that's when they was doing the Master P, make them say nah, 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 nah. When they had the tank on the basketball court and Shaq was in the video and all that, all the girls that was cheerleading, that was Kim and Crystal and Nefer them when I was in LA. Then when you look at the Fiesta video, the first Fiesta video, not the one with not the one with Jay-Z on the remix, the one with R. Kelly and Nas. When they did the Fiesta first video, they did it in Miami. I'm hanging out with all them girls, with Rhonda and all them. Bad sisters, fine as shit. You see them today, trans energy. And I'm like, why? Y'all was beautiful. Just the way y'all was. Now it look like I gotta fight a wildebeest. Like, I don't want to have to get drunk to fuck you. I like to fuck with the lights on. I can't sleep with you garbage ass bitch. Y'all asking me if I hate women, I'm asking you, are they really women? Because I love women. I don't think they women. I'm dead ass. I think they just vaginal men. You know what I'm saying?
Kevin Samuels paper not. Yeah, yo, crazy. They're wrong for that one. Yeah, man. But
right.
That's real, man. That's. But it goes back to what he was saying. Like, yo, they're not trying to attract. They're trying to detract. Like, yo, at this point, man, is they're competing. She from Chi-Town. Now she was showing you love originally. Oh, she was trying to say, I hate that I want to say I hate to love you. Or something like that. It sounded like she was like, I think it's the bucket hat. You know what I'm saying?
Sitting there in the bus stop chilling with my mans.
That's a dope post right there, man. So the ancestors made Kevin Samuels play, but not George Zimmerman.
Right.
Yeah, and that's that nonsense, man. I mean, people will say any damn thing. The ancestors made him do it, or it's karma that got him back, and all of that shit is trash too.
Hey, Akachi. Not only are you right, my nigga, but let me tell you something. Love is not required to hire. I need a girl to follow instructions. I don't need a girl to love me. That's not what I require. You can love anybody. Love and number time, respect, and you know what I'm saying, and invest in the time and resource. You can love anybody. It's niggas, and they not even gay. It's niggas that go to jail for 2 years and come out like, yo, my cellmate is my brother. I kill for that nigga. My little cousin do it. Collect calls from his old cellmate, all type of shit. Like, yo, I'm gonna help this nigga out. Like, you can bond with anybody and love them. So love is not required to hire. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. But if pussy all you got, you know what I'm saying, then ain't all I want. That's all you got. But if that's all you got, I mean, I take it. I mean,
Hey, before we be out, right? Let's address this man in the bed situation. So I want to get an opportunity to either clear his name or who got the facts, the accurate data.
what?
Pete, the man in his bed situation.
Oh, yeah, I explained that.
goddamn right, Star. Love
So-
ain't shit. Respect is everything.
So
Goddamn
there's
right,
some
Star.
videos. Yeah.
I disagree with that shit.
So there's some videos that debunked it, but basically, the man wasn't in his bed. It wasn't even his bed. It wasn't even his house. When he's putting the videos together, one of the things that he required is people have their videos because that's the way he removes detractors. He's like, yo, if you can't be on video, you can't talk, you can't communicate. So he has people who wait in queue. So what happened was he hit by whatever technical difficulty, he hit the button and it brought that person on there. And that's what happened. And people said that was a room. And I said, okay, well, let's just take it for common sense. Why would the man have a camera in his room that was proportioned like a laptop? And how does it stream into his video thing? You know what I'm saying? Because if anything, it wouldn't have popped up into his video that he's putting in here. There's formats you have to do that. So why would he have watching it? And then when you look at the style of the bed and look at the style of the man, that shouldn't even match. Because I was like, okay, no headboard, the way he talks and the cribs that you see him in, that don't look like that would be Kevin Samuels type crib. So I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, that don't look like that. And so everybody want to say it because they want him to be that, they want to insult him, and they don't want to take the logic. Like, yo, there's no way that will pop up on the screen because one who would have that in the room, like just facing that. So they see the man in the bed and then assume that it's Kevin Samuels' bed, not realizing, like, you know what I'm saying? If he popped on and one of us making a sandwich and shit, and like, oh shit, motherfucker. Like that's what somebody would have said. Oh, there's a man making a sandwich in his crib. Even though you can see that none of it matches. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. And matter of fact, who debunked it were black women who debunked it. That's where I first saw that. So they were debunking. It was like, no. And they were saying how he has the YouTube and the Patreon and whatever. And that's when whatever glitch he had, he clicked on that person's profile and it popped up on the screen. And then that's why he laughed. He's like, who the fuck, they sleeping? Like, what the fuck? So that's why he laughed at that shit. But that wasn't his crib, man. Like, it don't even make sense to even be like that's his crib. Because he in the crib, somebody in the room, he got a fucking camera on there connected to his computer to see what? Like that shit, you know what I'm saying? And if a motherfucker shooting a porn, he ain't having that shit. He got that shit right there to the drive. So
Here's my thing with that, Pete. If a person doesn't like you, any reason to do. If a person like you, ain't no reason not to. Right? When a motherfucker don't like you, you can live the most even kill life. They'll look for a reason not to like you.
Yep.
They'll try to validate why they don't like you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't pay attention to none of that shit, man. If motherfuckers hate you when they're alive, they hate you when you're dead. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, nigga. Everybody gonna get down and lay down in the end. But I will want to say that Ty is right. To men, respect is love, and black men are the least respected, least protected people on earth. I don't give a fuck what Malcolm X said about these bitches. He was doing a recruiting speech for the Nation of Islam. He was doing this welcome to death row. I'm telling you, black men are the least protected, least respected people because nothing happened to women. Nothing happened to black chicks. Nobody wants y'all. Y'all can go on solo locations to Dubai. They having motherfucking turf wars 2 blocks away while y'all taking selfies. Talking about solo case. Nobody wants y'all. Nobody wants y'all for ransom. Ain't nobody trying to rape y'all like that. Black men go through real issues all the time, and 60% of them is they women. So y'all can't tell me about institutional racism when every time I turn around, it's a white man or a white woman trying to help me. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me about how we need to build up the hood that there ain't no more village, because the village was men. The village were male homeowners that knew their neighbors, and I make sure that if I saw Vaughn, little boy, I keep him straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And if I see Pete, little boy, I keep him straight because that's my neighbors and we good. When y'all
Yep.
took the men out the hood, that's why y'all got the hood. You don't have a community. Y'all just got a hood because y'all don't know y'all neighbors. So ain't a neighborhood. Cause y'all, every time y'all listen to clothes toddlers, everything will be fucked up. They don't know shit, and they know they don't know shit. But y'all still listen to these motherfuckers. They are your Geiger counter for authority, and they don't know shit. All these chicks want to be teachers and sociologists, but all the answers in the back of the book, my G, they don't know shit. But y'all keep listening to them. So I'm telling you, respect what I'm talking about. If you think I'm smart, this is what black women do. They be like, I'm a sapiosexual. And then they'll find the smartest man in the room and try to convince him that 2 plus 2 is 22 because it's two twos. But the reason you like him because he was the smartest man in the room. Or they'll be like, I love killers. And then you'll smack the fuck out the killer in the back of the head in front of his friends. Like, oh my God, he's choking me. Bitch, you was dating the killer. Y'all the most disrespectful motherfuckers on earth. Disrespectful as shit. And then be like, why nobody love me? What the fuck? Why don't you respect people? Respect yourself, respect others. When I say that y'all ugly, it's because y'all believe y'all ugly. When I say I hate y'all, it's because y'all hate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I only treat y'all how y'all treat y'all self. I don't treat y'all no
10
different.
seconds,
So,
Hope.
so y'all looking mad at me all day for what I say, but listen to yourself. I only repeat what you say about yourself. If you ask me about me, nigga, I'm wonderful, nigga. I love me. I love guys. I think guys are awesome. Y'all think y'all ain't shit, and I agree. Once y'all want to be shit, then shit'll happen.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I'm pretty damn awesome myself, and but again, I mean that's subjective. Hell, that's it really comes down to what other people see too. But just going back to that comment about love and respect and care, I think that there are a lot of us who have grown callous when it comes to what love and care and all of that stuff is. We all want to be respected. And I think even women don't want to be disrespected. But when it comes to love, that's such a fluid idea, and it's so flexible that people really, I don't even know that people can really define it. But I think Sheila said something about care, and I think that's probably a more accurate description. And and I think when people express genuine care, so let's just make it about women, right? When women express a genuine level of care for her man, we interpret that as love. That's not the same. Caring is not the same as respect. Somebody can respect you but not care about you. You go to work every day and you might not care about your boss's well-being. You don't care if he die or whatever, but you still respect him because your job is on the line. So I think care and respect are two different things, and I think care would fall more in line with a woman caring for her man and caring about her man, doing things that shows that she cares. I think that falls more in line with what love is. And you're damn lie if you tell me that men don't want to be loved or men don't want to be cared about. That's bullshit. And I think the only men that might say some shit like that are men maybe who haven't experienced what that feels like. But I guarantee you that Kwesi is experiencing a high level relationship with his wife. I guarantee you he cares about being cared about, cares about being loved. He appreciates that shit if nothing else. Like it feels good. And so it's really not much to argue about that, except for the fact that I think we tend to try to distance ourselves from what we think is unavailable to us anyway, right? But those of us who have, and I'm not, look, yeah, that just is what it is. I think when you've been really cared for and when you've been really loved by a woman, say what you say, that shit feels good. And I won't go so far to say I need it. Hell, I need water, I need food, but I damn sure appreciate it. I tell you that.
You know what? I disagree, but I'll tell you why. And I'm not saying that men don't want to be cared for, but I still will say respect comes first. I know girls who care about me. If I get sick, they'll come bring me soup. But the respect is if I say, yo, we got to be somewhere at 8 o'clock, so be ready by 7, and you're not ready till 9:15, you disrespecting my time and my effort.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers is real comfortable with that shit. Real
Yep.
comfortable with that shit. They real comfortable with not texting back. They real comfortable. It's to a point that it's a running joke that light skinned girls don't text back for 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? It, there are certain types
Oh,
of
is that true?
there's certain types of common courtesy and consideration that people do that show respect. When I say men are awesome, the reason I started noticing it is because hold on, what's I say? Cry for a woman not to cheat. A woman can love you all day. There's no respect. She'll bring leftover back. Man, look,
Yep, I agree
I,
with that.
I agree with that too, but shit, nigga, bring it back in one piece. Anyway, the my whole thing is, for instance, and I said this. I said I'm gonna start videotaping myself when I go to these particular stores. There's 3 stores I go to on a regular basis, and guys go out their way above and beyond to hold the door open for whoever's coming in. Right? They're not doing it for chivalry because I'm a guy. They'll walk backwards. They all like this, trying to hold the door to make sure that I get in and the door doesn't bump me. And I think that's very considerate.
Yep.
You take that same man and you put a woman behind him. Now he has to double think whether he's gonna hold the door, whether she's gonna like, I could do it myself. I don't need no nigga to do shit for me.
Hmm.
They just habitual line steppers, habitually disrespectful. So then they say, man, we want a traditional man. First of all, no, they don't. Because a traditional man is the silent generation. You want a man like the boomers, but the boomers androgynous asses, they just looking for beards. So you really want a beard ass nigga. But we ain't beard ass niggas. So so the confusion is that men haven't enforced what the standard is that how men want to be treated. Because niggas won't put, and this is a 12-year problem. You know what I'm saying? Notice when I talked about the collarbones, which I didn't know was a thing until like 2 weeks ago, but like maybe a month ago. I thought girls came with collarbones, but you know what do I know, right? Because I got a fat phobia. I don't fuck big girls, so I didn't know big girls came without collarbones. But anyway, so shit like that. Until 2010, until all y'all thirst bucket ass niggas that I don't remember from high school, but Zuckerberg said I'm supposed to know you. I never saw y'all in the clubs. I never saw y'all at the park. I never saw y'all on the beach. I never saw y'all niggas nowhere. Not at no Freaknik, not nowhere. I ain't never seen y'all. But all y'all niggas popped up on Facebook trying to fuck the bitches y'all couldn't fuck in high school. 15, 20 years later, 3 kids and 50 pounds more later, talking about some man, you a queen, princess, mother goddess. And I'm like, yo, this busted bitch from high school. Like, yo, this the bitch that molested me in the piano room, my nigga. Like her. You know what I'm saying? But so I look at this, and women's attitude is indicative of the amount of attention and free arguments they get. You should never give women free attention and free arguments. Y'all should be charging these bitches $40 every day just to be on social media because they don't need sex. They'll sleep with anything, not anyone, anything. They don't need sex. You care about her pussy. She don't care about her pussy. What she cares about is attention and validation. And y'all get that shit to her all day. Y'all had these motherfucking philosophical arguments with these goofy ass toddlers. Y'all been saying the same shit for 11 years. These motherfuckers still ain't understood you. They still ain't agreed. Kevin Samuels took it on a bigger stage and started saying it to the mainstream, and they still wanted, they called in to argue so they could disagree. They just goofy ass toddlers. They was wearing clothes the whole time. If they was naked, I can understand, but they was clothed. What the fuck is they talking about that's really important? The fuck? Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say one thing about the respect thing. I mean, this is not no disagreement with anything said here. I'm just adding on, building on. I think men will say that I feel love when I'm respected, right? That's how I feel. I mean, you respect me, I feel you love me, I feel you care for me because you respect me. The thing is, men take respect a little bit more serious. Every human being wants to be respected.
Yep.
But women ain't about to go kill over no daggone disrespect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a little more serious with us.
Run up in your grandma's house, nigga.
It's a little more serious.
Yep.
So that's why I want to emphasize on why men say, if you respect me, I'm already loved.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, Black? I'm gonna push back a little bit on that, and first of all, I agree with the fact that men do value respect above feelings of love. I agree with that 100%. What I'm also saying is that respect is not, like, I think that's so cliche to say that respect is love. I think somebody said it somewhere and it made sense. It sounded good, but respect and love are not the same thing. I think that care is more in line with what we talk about when we say love. So like the way your wife might come and refill your glass with champagne, that's not respect. That's care. She cares that you might want another glass.
The two
Respect
things can
is-
exist at the same time. You know,
They can't.
I can't love you and not respect you, but I also you can do these acts of love because I respect you, and
Yep.
vice versa. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
But the thing what I'm saying is love is action. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
So respect is a fruit of it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I want to add to it quick.
It can exist without it. It can exist without it, but it's a fruit of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Well,
Well, it's not necessarily a fruit of it
But what
either.
I'm saying is, I don't say love is respect. I'm saying men feel love when they're respected.
respected, right?
That's
Yeah,
what
I want to add to what Crazy
hold on,
said.
because we kind of got it back and forth real quick. Hold on real quick. What I'm saying is, I'm gonna reiterate. I don't think that love is a fruit of respect. Like Star just said, a woman can love
no,
you and still
respect
cheat.
is a fruit of it. Respect is a fruit of it. Like respect can be there without me having to love you. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes,
if I love you, respect can birth from that. That's what I'm saying.
but it doesn't always, because there are
No,
women,
no,
there are people.
no.
Yeah.
That's not always.
Right.
It's not always.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily a fruit of it. I think they're two different things, but it's beautiful when they come together and they both happen in the same place at the same time.
Right.
And so rather than these abstract ideas of what love is, because people got all these different ideas, but and that's why I love what the sister said when she said care, right? Just showing me that you care. I don't think there's a man on the planet that don't appreciate when his woman, I ain't talking about just any woman, but when his woman shows him that she actually cares about his well-being, about his betterment, and so on and so forth. Like that goes above and beyond respect. Respect is just, hey, don't cheat on me, be loyal, be reliable, et cetera, et cetera. That's respect. Don't talk in my face like, don't be getting loud in public, embarrassing me. That's respect. But showing me that you care, that's like next level type shit.
Well,
That's the thing. The thing you can love me all day, but if you're not gonna respect me, you can cancel that love.
Yeah, you want both.
it's not real.
That's what I'm saying. So no matter the definitions, it's what the context of the beholder on a general basis. Men feel love when you respect them.
Respected.
No matter if you don't, they feel love when you respect them.
I feel respected when I'm respected.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but here's the thing, right? And I agree with Quake, like where we consider what is caring, what is respect. At the end of the day, if Quasy's wife is fucking mad at him, pissed, you know what I'm saying? She respect him enough not to come at him a certain way, right? She still respect him enough to, I'm mad at you, motherfucker, but here's your dinner. You know what I'm saying? She still make his plate. She still, when we say respect, we say respect for the things we do. You know what I'm saying? Because men, for the most part, don't need care as much as women do. Don't get me wrong, though we appreciate it, though we like it, and though we don't care for it the way women care for it. You know what I'm saying? They care for it more. They want to feel more cared for, right? This is why we do the things we do. You know what I'm saying? The woman, oh, baby, you okay? Like, no, I got it. I'm good. And your ass could be in pain like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You like, I still got to be a man. I still got to finish doing this shit. I got to still cut the wood to make sure that we're warm in this house if it gets cold. So my thing is that the respect factor is big. We don't want to give it that big because we know that for the most part, Black women are the most disrespectful, especially to their men, which shows no love. Because you can't care for somebody you don't respect. Nobody gonna care for if you don't respect a motherfucker, you ain't gonna care. If I don't respect Quasi, then I ain't gonna give a fuck what I said. Like, matter of fact, when Oak went off and he didn't know it was your wife, he went off because he just was like, whatever, he's talking with somebody random. The moment you was like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my wife. Out of respect for you, he cared and said, oh, okay. And he left it as that because of respect. So care comes.
Oak loves me too.
That too, you know what I'm saying? So that care comes because of respect. You're not going to care for somebody you don't respect. So this is why men say love is respect to men. I mean, respect is love to us because we know if you respect us, you'll care for us. Because that's what respect is care. Like your job, your boss, you respect him enough that you care about his shit. Whether you don't like it or not, you're gonna make sure you do what the fuck their job isn't telling you to do because you respect his shit enough and care about it enough to do the work. Care comes because of respect. If you had no respect for your boss, you wouldn't care if the job got done or not. You know what I'm saying? So when we say either way, but regardless, you're benefiting from the paycheck, right?
Yeah.
She's benefiting from your protection, your provisions, right? You know what I'm saying? She's not
Hey,
just
Pete.
doing it all to live in a tent. So
Let me ask you a question.
Shout out
Pete.
to a tent. Shout out to the Hebrew
Okay.
Israelites. They
Yeah,
live in
okay.
tents. They get all the
Look
girls.
at these definitions. Look at these definitions Ms. Jackson put up. Okay. Love, an intense feeling of deep affection, right?
Put it up in the
Yeah,
Yeah,
post
highlight
it
Check
up.
this out. Let's just look at her
highlight them
definition.
as you talk about it. Okay.
Now, when you respect me, right? What comes from that? You're gonna provide the necessary health, welfare, and maintenance and protection of the person or whatever, right?
Not necessarily. Not
Not
necessarily.
necessarily.
Right. Like, look, you can be sitting right next to me. You can say, damn, I got a headache. Right. If I
Right.
care, I might offer you one of these Motrins I got in my bag. If I care. If I don't care, I might just be like, damn, that's messed up. That don't mean I don't respect you. You see what I'm saying? Like care is next level, man. Care is actually putting something in the. I got guys at my job. I carry this big ass bag of 800 milligram Motrin because the military give them to me for free, right? And so there's brothers at my job that be having neck strains and all kind of headaches and migraines. And if I care enough, I'd be like, yo, have one of these. If it's somebody that I don't care about, I'm not disrespectful to that cat, but I might not offer it to him if I don't like him, if I don't care about whether or not he in pain or not. I'm saying care has its own definition, and you can't tell me that when it comes to being in a relationship that that the only thing we're concerned about is respect, and we don't care whether or not she cares. Like, come on, man.
No,
No. They
Pull up
say
respect, crazy. Pull up the one with share respect. Pull up the
respect is
that's
first. It
what
don't mean you don't want no care. It don't mean you don't
Yeah.
want no care. What
Crazy.
you
Pull
say,
up the
man?
Desiree respect, the definition of respect Desiree post. And that clears it right there. A feeling of deep admiration for someone. This is why men say they love is respect to them because they want to be admired. They want admiration.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're doing the work. They're like, yo, I put you in this house. I go out there. I deal with what I got to deal with. If shit pop off, I'm going to put my life on the line for you. You know what I'm saying? So have some
And I'm
level
gonna tell
of
you, in general, if men don't get that, they not gonna think you care. I don't care if you are caring for them. They don't think you're not caring. That's the point we're trying to say. That's the point we're trying to say. Why men say I'm loved and I'm respected. Not that it means the same definition.
Right.
Is that even if you care for me, I ain't gonna see in general. I might see it. You might be the exception. You might be the exception, but we ain't gonna think you caring for us if you don't respect us.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll take it. I'll take it up a notch because I'll get on some real Tupac shit, like nigga. But here's the thing. There is a level of, like, for me personally, because I tell all the time, like, yo, I fought to be old, just not to be another motherfucker. So my name can extend and other people can get a pass based on my name because you get respect based on the track record that I did, right? But and a lot comes with that. Like, I don't care how you feel about me personally.
But after you finish, we're gonna wrap it up because Von got to go after you finish.
I bet. Me too. But I don't care how you feel about me personally. I put a lot of work into every logo I do. So I don't give you bad product. I don't give you bad service. Right? I don't do nigga business because I don't give a fuck about what colors do. But that's the challenge I do. My whole thing, and this is my problem. This is where I'm gonna say this real quick, and because it's gonna take 30 seconds. The problem that when you start seeing dudes talk about passport gang or going overseas or dating a Maria or a Becky, it comes down to it's not that they're better than black women. Tyler's gonna title whatever Tyler's are sold, whatever color, whatever speech they have. Tyler's gonna title. What it is it's an immediate respect, right? A common courtesy respect. A hold the door open so I can walk in respect that black women don't have in a major way. Like, not in the masses. You know what I'm saying? Becky gonna set him up too, but Becky is at least nice to him. They'll talk to a Becky and be like, damn, she's treating me like a human being. And I'm here, my mother, my sisters, the girls I went to high school with, the girls I meet on social streams. They act like, man, all I'm here for is for them to be mad. Nigga get money, attention, and dick. Like at least when I talk to Becky or Susan, she asks me how my day is and she listens. She might not care, but she took the time to listen. She didn't say, man, let me tell you about my day. I'm like, yo, my day, this ain't about you. It's about me. Why you always interrupting me? Like, common courtesy and respect. Colored chicks don't have common courtesy and respect as a general rule. I don't go out here and risk my life with these robber barons in the corporate world and all these fucking shooters in Chicago and goddamn it still gotta go out here every day wondering, man, if this is gonna be my last day, if I'm gonna have a shootout in the middle of fucking Western Avenue in order for me to come home and listen to a motherfucker tell me what I'm not. You got me fucked up.
I agree.
So that's once again, that goes back to black women being the only mammals who don't do shit to attract their mate. They just like, I'm here, B. And for y'all to be the last chosen women, the very last on everybody's list, on every dating site, on everybody's list, the only motherfuckers that want you is black men. Y'all should be kissing ass. Y'all act like all these goddamn brands want you. These brands don't want you. They think you smell like fucking cooking oil. You know how I know? Because I asked them. Because I said, man, Mexicans smell like paprika. White people smell like wet dogs. Arabs smell like fucking dead dog. I said, man, what do black people smell like? And white people said some said
No
fried
fingers,
chicken, some
YouTube.
said cooking grease. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all smell like cooking grease. Don't nobody want to be sleeping with cooking grease if
I
that's
take
not how
that
they.
show over a wet dog any day.
Hey, I'm not knocking it, but hey, I take paprika. I slept with a Mexican girl. I thought she opened her legs. I thought she had tacos in there. But but it doesn't change the fact that everybody likes their own personal thing. Like black men is like y'all shit. Like that's all y'all got, and y'all fucking that up to the point that niggas rather go and learn a new language. They taking Rosetta Stone to find a better bitch than to deal with their neighbors. That's a y'all problem. That's a y'all problem. Y'all crazy as shit.
But I want to say this before we go. What Sheila just said, I see it. I see that commonly said amongst women on social media that they cannot care for a man they don't respect.
Yeah. I cannot care
But,
for a man who do not respect, but I can be courteous. I think courtesy is a sign of respect.
Courtesy is a form of
It,
respect.
it is if it's genuine, but some people will do it out of just I don't really like you, but just for political correct reasons, I'm gonna be courteous.
That would still fall under the respect category. Because like if I don't even care to be politically correct,
They could be fake.
yeah,
but it's fake.
but you respect me enough. At least look, you still gotta have enough respect to even be willing to fake it.
Yeah, I mean that's
At least
and
at least respect your job.
right?
Respect human resources.
Right.
It depends what it is. But we're talking about real genuine respect.
Mhm. Well, I'll say this.
Real
Right?
genuine admiration. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think this where men say respect, they like because they watch when women do when they respect people. And black men have a problem because for the most part, women have shown great deals of disrespect.
Yeah.
Just in talking, a regular conversation. You say something,
It's a
she
problem.
just it's a problem. And that's why men feel like, black men feel like, you don't love me. But she's like, but I care about you. But and see,
I could be like courteous to you to
Yeah,
deceive you.
women have been disrespectful and then say they care about you. But if you really cared about me, then you'll care about the respect that I need, right? Because women will be like, oh, but I care about you. Well, how? Because respect is important to me. And if you cared about me, this is what I ask of you.
I can show you courtesy because I respect my image. And I don't want nobody to see me.
Right. I don't want conflict.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't want conflict
towards you.
Right. But here's the thing. So about the respect and care thing, it's like, at the end of the day, the respect is important because the care, if they really respect you, then you will get the care. But I've seen it many times. I've even dealt with them. But I have respect. I care for you. Like how? If you cared about me, then you would care that respect is important to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think that's where black men go. They're like, damn, like I can't say nothing to you without you flying off the handle. You jumping in my face. But I care about like what they say. Well, if a woman stop nagging, then it means she don't care. what? Like that shit is the dumbest shit. Like, yo, if she cared about, she should stop nagging because she cares about your mental well-being. She knows that she could go off the mouth and she knows what she says to you in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Can fuck your shit up.
And she ain't gonna care about your health because she don't respect you. Vaughn, where they can
Hey.
find you at, brother? Where can they
Hey,
find you?
let me. I will say. Let me just say this one thing because my wife just made a comment. She said white women give their men hell, and I love bringing that point home because we like so much of this emphasis is placed on how deficient Black women are, and I'm telling you, man, it's an American problem. It's not just a Black women problem. White women be giving their men hell in this country, and even Hispanic women. Once people become Americanized, like after a couple generations, man, that's a wrap, man. American culture is going to suck the life out of whatever your culture was before you got here. Because I work with these white dudes, man, and these women, I say what I said. That's just what it is.
To what Desiree said, because I saw that comment too. Tyler's gonna Tyler wherever Tyler's are sold. I don't disagree with that, but I was having a conversation with Pete about this. I said, man, men pay the same $40 for the sex. What comes, the houses, the cars, the vacations, the wedding, that's the tip for good customer service. When I say I said it. I said, man, all other women, they do the same goofy shit, but their initial sales pitch is better. I've listened to white women. White women will tell you like, I'll keep it all in and I'll make them think I love them until I get married and then I'm gonna show them the real me. So for those men who going through hell with their white wives, that's absolutely true. But at least they fake it long enough to meet the goal. That's not what Black chicks do. Black chicks just be like, it's been 4 years, we're gonna get married, shit, I get off the pot. Like, nigga, this ain't no time investment type shit. This is task and duty type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. But they are hell raisers. White women are horrible.
Hey, we need to have a show about that. That's a whole nother show. We need to dig into that, I think.
Where can they find you? We gotta get out here, man. Where can they find you?
That's right. You can find me at The Love Alchemist right here on Facebook. My Facebook page is The Love Alchemist. My Instagram is The Love Alchemist. I do a show every Tuesday night called Living Proof with The Love Alchemist every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And if you want to work with me, I'm a relationship consultant, marriage consultant. You can email me at info@theconditionsoflove.com. My website is The Conditions of Love, www.theconditionsoflove.com. You can go for my books and my services there. That's it.
Where they find you, Pete?
You can't find me. I'm on the run. I got 2 fucking warrants. You know what I'm saying? My baby mama looking for me. I ain't picked up.
Right there. That's the truth. Whole wedding was $500.
And I owe the weed man $5. So from right now, just kind of, I'm gonna be on here sporadically because these motherfuckers is coming. You know what I'm saying? You know, just find me on Facebook. You know, Peter Gorilla Cool Huggins. I'm on there. Of course, you catch me every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? On the show. And generally Thursdays we do a recap, so you'll also catch me on Dirty Folks Show. And then other than that, you probably catch me in the streets because I be outside.
Where you find you, Dirty?
Man, YouTube, Dirty Folks, fucking Facebook, Oak Summers, IG, I think that's Oak Summers. You can catch me. Like for the guys, we have Marry Your Secretary classes. As a matter of fact, for those guys in here that's part of the Tolerology Marry Your Secretary course, the 14th, man, make sure y'all at the study group. And basically, man, I'm just in a minute I'm gonna be everywhere y'all want to be, man, because I'm gonna start running these Dirty Folks commercials. I got a great one coming up about how you can trap a Black woman if you got a job by giving them fake felonies. But it's gonna be hot. But yeah, we out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Sheila, send me that pussy pic though, so I know it's real. Quit playing with me. Anyway.
Sheila.
Hey, you can find me in the trap. Going down.
Crazy, where we can find you?
Internet trap. Internet trap. Facebook, under Quessy Black. Instagram and Nagasi Black, Twitter, at Quessy Folks. course, here on Unspoken Truth TV channel. Got this right here. Our book called Position Man to Win. You can find that on Amazon or just reach out to me, and we get you set up. I got marketing services for those that's interested in making money online. Been doing it since 2013. If you need help on firing your boss, hit me up on Facebook.
Yep. Talk about your son getting that 10K. Oh no, that was I thought it was.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Okay.
Yo,
Yeah, he's
that
been
nigga
doing
look
Forex.
just like that's why you claimed him, huh? That nigga look just like you, my G. He got hair. He look just like you. Couldn't even be like, yo, that ain't me. That nigga look just like you. Had to take that
Hey,
weight.
one, you have to be
Right?
put on child support.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but I just remember because they don't give me no money. Yo, you can also find me Oak Summers on Amazon. I got like 11 books. Y'all don't buy my shit though. I need more money. But yeah, and that's that with that. Hey, but you know what, Sheila? I'll let you help me with my commercials because either y'all fuck me or help me. Y'all can't do both. So I need the help one. I need the sex. So yeah, I'll let you help me with the commercial.
But yeah, my son, I had him into the trading when he was 16 years old. He wasn't involved like year after year after year, but he got back in around like 2019 when he was about 22, something like 22, and he's been like consistent ever since then. Had this little challenge, like everything. Whenever you get in business, wherever you gonna see some money fall. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep going, and you don't stop till you win. It ain't over till you win. He kept
That's
going.
right.
He got the fire. He got that fire like his daddy. You know what I'm saying? Don't never give up till you win. And he's been his little competitions to get his what companies do. They do challenges to see like who's very good to where they want to invest in you. You know what I'm saying? To flip the money. And he won it. He's been persistent. He's been studying it every day, all day, and getting good at Forex trading. And they put 10,000 in the account for him to flip. The next challenge will be 20,000K. So I'm very proud of him.
I'm proud of him too, man. Proud of him too. Tell him to take this $40, flip it to 120. He can bring me back 80, keep 40, and we'll split the stripper. We'll split the stripper. No, so I only need 2 minutes. He got the rest of the hour.
Here we go, y'all. Everybody show some love in Cash App Tribe Power. Thank y'all for coming out. The show wouldn't be a show without y'all. Until next time, y'all.
Peace.
Peace, family.
We out.
That's it.
What's going on, Internet Land? It's the Fly Bowtie Guy coming live to you to send a reminder to donate to these gentlemen that's giving their time and passion. We're gonna come with some great guests in the future for you guys to entertain you guys and have a good time. And I want to have these guys motivated and giving their best and want to continue to do these lives for the future. So if you enjoy this show and you want more lives, donate at Tribe Power and show some love. Enjoy the show.